Hello, hello. Musty Hobbit here, and we are here for another CC Hangout. Today, pre-order SNES Classic Insanity, so I assume that there will be some flavor of discussion on that. Later came to find out that this was the 30th anniversary of the original Legend of Zelda coming out. Very special game in Hi, what are you down here? Is here. What are you doing? Yeah?
Where are their friends?
I don't know where my friends are. They'll be here soon. Thanks.
I want to see your friends.
Well, that's nice. I like my friends too.
Help me.
To go upstairs this time in bed, mister.
Yeah.
So distractions all over the place. Yeah, so today was the day that all the SNES Classic craziness was going on. No, don't touch. And what are you doing? He's playing with my Xbox. My Xbox One right now is doing something weird where it won't launch a single game, and I cannot explain it. They said that they are looking into it, so hopefully they fix that soon. Yeah. Good. He's excited.
I did that.
I'm supposed to go upstairs. This is embarrassing. Sorry. Hey, go upstairs. I got you.
No, I saw you.
Hey, come here.
No, I saw you.
Being this early, I would totally shut this down and fire it up again, but oh well. Come here.
I see Shatter going. Shatter going. I see that.
What are you doing? You gotta get out of here. Hey, you're gonna fall, dude. Ugh. So yeah, back in the day gamer, how's it going, man? I will say it was your video that made me realize that today was the 30th anniversary. So that is.
That's me. I'm sitting in you.
Yeah, that's you, buddy.
And you up, and I have a green shirt.
Your shirt's not green.
Yeah.
Oh, this is.
But that mommy said.
She didn't say you could come down here.
I just give it.
Thank you for the hug. Can you go? Will you go upstairs now?
What is this?
That's a microphone.
Are you just talk to your friends?
Yes, that's how I talk to my friends.
Someone go underneath it.
You gotta go. You gotta go upstairs.
Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, get out of here.
You get out of here. I'm trying to work.
Okay. Get down.
Oh.
Go upstairs. You turn on the light? Okay. Bye. Good night. He's usually pretty good about staying out of my business, but just a special one. But yeah, so 30th anniversary of Zelda. I obviously I have my box copies up there that I got in Portland last year. And at the moment, I am a go for Portland again, which is super exciting. Having just gotten back from the Barrie Game Exchange, you kind of have that urge to want to. So I think if I had to pick two consistent ones, obviously Midwest would be a primary one for me. Hello, little one.
She saw your son and she started talking to the phone.
Oh, he just left. I think he just headed at least upstairs a little bit, but
yeah, for now maybe.
I hope so. I was nowhere 30 seconds in, and he's coming downstairs, and I thought it was the cat, but it wasn't.
It's past her bedtime by quite a bit.
Ah.
Did she sleep with you?
She did sleep a bit.
Now she wants me.
Oh, did.
Oh, the light behind us. It's like a Musty video.
There you go. I got some good feedback from Kevin on dialing that back a little bit.
It's just funny that Curtis called it out on his script.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, and so now I'm going to course correct immediately after that. So
it wasn't that bad.
No,
it did make you look like Jesus Christ.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's been fun. I've watched through that thing probably 3 or 4 times now. I have 3 of the Easter eggs.
I've never found a single one of his Easter eggs.
They're super subtle.
They're like. That's what I assumed, which is why I assumed I haven't seen them. Because I just figured there's something that he did on purpose, which is something I would do.
Yeah.
Like how Q Dogs have a game behind them sometimes, like in the shelf. But
well, they said their 101st episode, they had Wonderful 101 behind them.
Oh, nice. That's funny.
But yeah, I always want to mess around with backgrounds and things like that, but it just it depends on what the video is, right? And then you got to light it right, because if like this shelf back here, like there is no good lighting for that if I don't put something directly on it. And
yeah, you could put something back there low that no one would know, but then you cast a shadow and
yeah, it's tricky. And maybe if I actually got some real lights, it'd probably be a good idea.
I built my own. They work pretty good, but I could have done better.
Did you just get an umbrella or what?
No, I took like corrugated plastic signs from the side of the road that they put up for like government stuff, or
sure.
Actually, when someone did windows on our house, they had their signs, so I cut that up and made it into the shape of a light. And outsides.
Something to focus it. Okay.
Yeah, and then I coated the entire thing on the inside with LED strips.
Okay.
And then soldered it all together, put it on a 12-volt connector, and put it on a tripod stand too.
That is more than I am capable of without some practice.
You can buy pre-wired LED strips too, but I decided I wanted to not pre-wire so I could cut and attach. Yeah.
I bought one of those LED strips because with the new TV I wanted to do the ambient lighting behind it, and freaked out. Like I plugged it in and it worked for maybe a day and then they stopped working. Like the lights were on but they were like flickering, and I had just that was like right after I gotten the new TV, and so I didn't want to. It came from China, so that could be part of it. But and the adhesive wasn't sticky.
That's where I buy mine
so
too. Yeah.
So I had them up, and then they just fell. And at the same time, it was TV had caught on fire. So,
Yeah. You don't really want to risk catching
So
a
I
second
didn't-
TV on fire.
right? Yeah. Be like, here, we just dropped a large sum of money on a new television.
Really? Is that right?
She's a star
I'm
now
probably
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, you can take her.
I got. It's good.
And Fitnat's here. Hi, Fitnat. Not
He
to
is here. Hold
ignore
on.
you.
There we go.
Oh yes, because you kind of.
And I still had my
There.
still had my
Sorry.
microphone muted. Oh,
Hello.
Well, I'm going to become an
There,
observer
you're
and exit here, and just go do dishes. Can I learn?
fair enough
All right, put them all away.
for a bit. So, if you feel like hopping in, we'll be here.
Yes, it depends. How the dishes go. All right, talk to you guys later.
All right, later. How are things?
good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Stressed myself out today, like a lot of people.
I did not. I've just given up on caring about that. If I can walk into a store when it comes out and buy it, I will. Like release day to week area. But
Sure.
I'm not gonna stress myself out about it.
Well, if the numbers that our insider
Mhm.
told us were true, then that increases. I mean, obviously, it makes you might be able to do that, but they'll still sell like hotcakes. They will sell
Yeah.
every single one of those things, no doubt.
That's why I said release day.
Yeah.
They all try and get out like the first day it's out. Just kind of see if I can get one, but I'm not gonna make a huge thing of it.
You're not gonna like be up at 2 a.m. and
No.
be like, I'm gonna stay in this Walmart all night. No, nobody wants that.
I mean, if I'm up early anyway, I might go like a little early, but I don't care.
I just want that because it frees me up. I mentioned that in our
Yeah.
little chat that was going on today, but it frees me up to let go of the games that I have that I really don't need to have.
Mm.
We'll see.
Yeah, that
We'll
and it's
see.
just a really cool, convenient way to have all those games and have it hooked up to a modern TV and all that.
Mhm.
And it's going to be
Does-
tiny again, so it's easy to like move around.
Yeah, that's one of those perks that I think is nice. Is it is practically portable.
Yeah.
As long as you have a television, but
Yeah.
I could put that in. Hey, we're gonna play that tonight. Let's just move it upstairs.
Yep.
But yeah, but then I came to realize I came to realize that today was the which came out of nowhere. No one, I guess. I went back and looked, and there were some people who tweeted about it, but there wasn't a lot of discussion on it, and yeah.
Zelda getting the Metroid treatment.
Well, but Metroid should have gotten theirs last year, but they're getting theirs
You know
this
what
year.
I mean? Like, I'm just completely ignoring the anniversary of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then my Xbox is being all weird. It won't play anything.
I was going to say that sounds like an Xbox, but that's a little strange.
Like the apps will, let me just see, like the apps will pull up the splash screen and then it just quits right back out to dash. They said they're looking at it.
Weird. Yeah, that kind of stuff can happen, though. At least
wanted
they're
to
aware of
play
the issue.
Ball. Need to get some skins.
Is that why the Hangout started earlier than usual? You couldn't get on Overwatch?
I think that's part of it. Yeah. I didn't have a lot else going on at the moment, so I figured fire it up. But yeah, and I alluded to something last week about pickups, and so I wanted to sort of, maybe I'll run this past you, and then we can run it past others too. The thought that I was having was that I think there are some times where people show everything they've got, and then it makes them like, got this, and there's no discussion ever about the things. I was thinking, what if we changed it a little bit and said, okay, bring 3 things you found this week, or up to 3 things that you found that you think are really special, that are worth talking about, or something like that. That was a thought. Now, funny enough, after that, I made a promise or in exchange for allowing me to go to Portland, to curb my until that time. And so I think pickups for me are going to be slim for the next, but I think that's a fair trade. I think I'll take that trade at any point, really. I don't know. Just throwing that out there as a possibility, and just want to go through them. No worries there.
Yeah, 3 might be a little limiting.
Sure.
I think the lowest you'd want to go is maybe 5, and like a max of 10 if someone gets
5.
a big haul.
Yeah, I mean, like if there's a truly big, like a haul worthy of sharing in its entirety, by all means, let's dedicate some time to that.
Yeah, but like if you got a bunch of common stuff that isn't really going to bring any talking points up, maybe not worth showing unless you've got a specific attachment to that game and you want to show it.
Sure. Or you've got some kind of big story behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just something that's actually interesting, rather than saying, I got, and this is not to crap on anyone specifically, but I realized this as soon as I'm about to say it, it's like, I got Madden something or other. And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours was a specific thing, but I just kind of realized as I was about to say it.
No, but you bring up a good point. It's like, oh, I got this huge haul, and it's a bunch of sports games, and and everyone's like, yay.
Yeah. And we've had a couple of, like, here's a stack of empty cases. Which is fine. It's just like, it drags things out a little bit.
And granted, again, I don't want to impose structure unnecessarily. I want to tell somebody stop showing stuff, because I realize that people bring their entire haul, and then they'll start from the bottom and work their way up and build up to the top, but we could spend time talking about those games, or like actually discussing the item. But now I've kind of cut myself out of the mix there, so I don't I don't know that but
I haven't gotten huge hauls recently anyway, so it's kind of like
one of those.
It's like we have to make an express line version of pickups. 10 items or less.
I mean, that's a good, actually. Yeah, it's just an idea. And if people don't like it, that's fine too. It's not. This is for all of us, and so for some people, this is their lone time to show off. Pickups, because they don't do pickup videos of their own, or they don't.
But
their venue for that. So
you can say to an extent that people can, at that point, tweet out their whole haul in pictures, like as another way to show that off. But like, if there's a bunch of cool stuff, there are going to be exceptions. But I use the express line analogy, and much like an express line, if it says 10 items or less and you have 11, they're probably not going to bug you about it. So like, if you're a little over, it's fine, but that's the general kind of area to shoot for.
Well, like if someone comes back from a convention, like
convention days are going to be larger.
You know, they may have a lot more, but they may also have a lot more stories to go with them. And
but I think that is a good kind of thing to try out, at least, because we've had a few pickups segments that have gone way too long for one reason or another.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is I don't want the person who's waiting, who's going last to kind of be in, well, I guess I'll just tear through this because everyone's tired of doing that. I want to be able to mix it up. So, and I don't want to impose more structure on things. Like I don't want to be like, hey, I had toyed with the idea of saying, okay, pickups start at a given time.
Yeah, we usually start about half an hour in to these things. Half an hour to an hour.
I throw everyone off by moving it back to Tuesday?
Maybe. I mean, hey, these are pretty free-flowing, so if it ends up naturally shifting to Wednesdays, I don't think people are going to care that much.
If it did, that'd be fine. It just means I'd have to film Second Breakfast a day early. Oh, no.
Yep, that's a little inconvenient for you.
Well, that's fine. Show.
Eric?
You are muted. There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep. I made the same mistake when I was on.
Yeah.
Come on.
How's it going?
Good. What's up?
I was sharing with FitNat the thoughts about limiting pickups, except in like special circumstances, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you tell me we were going to do them all at the end?
I hadn't actually. Oh, I totally forgot that we talked about that part too.
Oh, we talked about it. That way people would know when we were going to do them.
I totally forgot.
Doesn't matter if you don't want to do it that way.
Well, the problem is that I'm kind of out of the mix now, at least for a little while, which I'm okay with. It's a fair trade.
My thought on like if you were to do it at the end, I think people would get a bit annoyed, especially people that can only hop on for a limited time, but they have stuff to show.
Yeah.
But there are people, crazy as it sounds to me even now, that actually watch these things after the fact, so they might want us to get to it a little sooner rather than later.
Sure. The thing I want to avoid is, because you know how we'll do the Hangout, or we'll do the pickups, and then later somebody else who missed it comes on, and then we do it again. Avoid too much of that.
I think that's another one of those things you have to kind of just limit it for practicality reasons, where if that does happen, the person can show their stuff, but we're not going to go through all our stuff again.
Yeah, it's like give us the highlight.
Yeah, but like we're not going to go through all our pickups again. That should be a rule. Yeah. Unless they come up in conversation, like a specific title, it's like, and as mentioned earlier, I picked up this, and now we can go into the conversation.
Yeah.
That kind of exception. But I think that is kind of good just for practicality purposes, because these things already run pretty long, which is fine.
That is true.
But I think that's actually one of those things that you could do a Twitter poll on, much like if the day starts to shift. It's like, do you want to do this or this? because it is a community
Yeah.
thing. So
I don't know that I
As,
want to move it. I mean, like, it would be interesting. It's always an interesting idea to move it to a different day of the week. You know, we've done it out of convenience.
Yeah.
Before
this week is probably just one of those ones where people are going to have to take a week to shift back to Tuesday, and then next week will be fine.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, we got viewers though.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them. Hello, viewers. But yeah, so Eric, I was telling him that part of my negotiation for Portland was to cut back on extraneous game spending between now and then. So
Yeah.
I took that deal.
So nothing, huh?
Metroid
Mm-hmm.
and SNES Classic comes out. So
And NES
Those were
Classic, is
already-
that what you said?
the SNES Classic.
Yeah. Did you get one?
I have mine reserved at my local shop.
Oh, that's
Right.
right. Yeah. Okay.
So I wasn't in panic mode today, like I think a lot of people were.
Panic mode.
Did you guys end up
Yeah.
kind of freaking out, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I tried to get one. I tried last night. I had nothing but cart troubles. I tried this morning and this afternoon when I saw that somebody said Target came back up. No luck there. Too long to click through all the crap. So even though I was logged in, it kept asking me questions about shipping addresses and all this stuff. And I'm like, why is it asking me all this? I do this all the time. And I lost it. So I have most of those games. There's only a few of them I don't have any way to play. Star Fox 1 being one of them. So
You don't
Kinda
you don't
want
have
one.
the first Star Fox?
huh?
Star
Fox
or
2,
just-
sorry. Star Fox 2
Okay.
being one of them.
I don't have the original Star Fox.
And Kirby's. There's a couple of Kirby games I don't have the cartridges for, so
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm getting
Kirby
tired of
Run
this
Run?
stuff between Nintendo and limited run games. I'm really getting sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I just stick with games I can go into a store and buy. They're almost as good, and if you take out the frustration in acquiring them, I'm gonna be happier in the long run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just getting too old for this nonsense, and that's really what it is. It's nonsense. It's just ridiculous. This pre-ordering and being online and refreshing and bots and nothing stays in stock for more than a few seconds. I can't. I got better things to do with my time.
Yeah.
I mean, literally looking at paint dry is a better use of my time than what I did today trying to get the SNES Classic.
Yeah, because at the end of it, you're going to have dry paint. It's
And now,
gonna be-
yeah, whereas now I have nothing.
Yeah.
So I know I sound bitter, and it's because I am. But this and limited run games the last couple of weeks just unbelievable. I knew there was a reason I didn't do this stuff often, and now I'm reminded why.
Well, and
Anyway.
now limited run takes their new approach, which really, honestly, should have been doing it this whole time. Like,
For high-end titles, yes.
I'm thrilled to death that they're doing that.
Yeah, like the other
I mean-
game they're doing, that makes sense to do the old method because I don't think there's a whole lot of hype around that. I don't even remember the name of the game. That's not something to speak against it. I'm just not familiar with it.
Mhm.
And I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. So, yeah, doing their usual limited stock on that makes sense. But Ease is an exception. But their collector's edition
Yeah.
is still on the limited 3,000 copies worldwide available. And
Sure.
but the main game shouldn't be limited like that because a lot of people are going to want it.
but to give everyone that, you don't need to worry about being there at the moment that it opens.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about all that extra stuff if you don't want this collector's edition, and that maybe that reduces the people who are on the site at that time. Maybe that helps simplify it for those who do want the collector's edition. So hopefully, I hope P2 gets his.
Yeah,
A lot of people looking out for him. So
yeah, I'm not going for the collector's edition on that. I looked at what was available, and I'm like, I like Ease, but not that much.
Yeah, I'm P2 was asking me about the collector's edition, and what is it? A book,
I think so.
a book, a poster. It's
Yeah.
$25 more or something.
Yeah, which is fine. That's the standard markup on a collector's edition.
Yeah.
Like the price is
I'm just
reasonable for
surprised-
it if you want it, but I just don't care.
Yeah, if you want it, exactly. Yeah.
I can't bring
I'm just
myself to
surprised
care for how much trouble it's going to be to actually get that compared to the regular edition.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that there's a series that has this is the 8th game in the series, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
8th or
And
9th,
they have
yeah.
to go the limited run game route. Like that's odd.
It's a little
to me.
odd, but yeah, Ease has always been a little bit obscure, but it's been popular enough to actually come out. It's kind of where Yakuza
Mhm.
was a few years ago, I think. Where it's like people liked it, but it took a while for releases to come out, and it didn't have a whole lot of fanfare. Like Origins came out. God, that came out originally in what, 2009?
Yeah, it's a pretty old game.
Yeah, and it's finally in English, like as of a few years ago, right?
Yeah, and even then, yeah, it's been in English
Yeah,
for a couple years.
Yeah,
So-
and that was on PC, and now even later than that is the PS4 release, and that's digital only.
Yep.
So that took a long time to come out, and this is like now we're doing a physical copy of this. But we didn't even get the 5th game in the franchise ever.
Do we get the 4th?
Yeah, as a remake on Vita. So
What
there's
was it
another
called?
wrinkle.
Is that Celceta?
Yes,
That's 4.
Celceta, yeah.
Okay, I just
It's a
got
remake of 4. And we had the first 3 on PSP remade.
that. Yeah, I have
and
those.
7.
7.
But prior to that, it's kind of like the situation with Dragon Quest as well, where they released a few in the 16-bit era. Like Ease had the TurboGrafx version of whichever one. The first 2, I believe. And
Yeah.
the third one, maybe? But also Genesis and Super Nintendo got the third one.
Yeah.
But after that, we didn't really get any of them. We didn't get 4 until the remake on Vita. We didn't get 5 ever. And just
Which
out
one
of
is
nowhere,
6?
we got 6 on PS2. I was getting to that, Eric.
Oh, sorry.
But we got 6 on
Hang on.
PS2 as Ark of Napishtim.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I have that. So I actually am now, but then there's no. So somebody was saying, is it the 8th one? So I'm looking up the series here. There is an Ease 8
Yeah, that's
called
coming out later this year.
Lacrimosa of Dana. Okay, so 0. So there's actually 9 main numbered,
Yeah.
and I've actually heard that 4. And I'm looking at it now. There were a couple of different versions of 4. One is non-canonical, and one is considered the canonical number 4. Are you aware of this?
I was aware of it before, but I don't remember the details of it.
Yeah, there's Mask of the Sun and the Dawn of Ease. Those are both called Ease 4. I'm not sure
Yeah.
which one Celceta is a remake of, but one of them was not
Yeah.
considered the canonical number 4.
Odd.
Anyway, yes, thank you. Yes, you're right. 6, Ark of I call it, what is it, Napishtim?
I'm eating 1 second.
Oath of Falgana, that's number 3 remade.
Mhm.
5 we've never gotten. Yes. Ease 7. I have that for PSP. Memories of Celceta. Okay, so yeah, I've got most of them. Apparently P2 has all the collector's editions, which I do not have. I don't think I bought 7 as the collector's edition.
Yeah.
Oath and Felgana, I don't think I have the collector's edition of. And Ease 7 for PSP, I don't think I have the collector's edition of that either.
Yeah, those were nice collector's editions, actually. Not like super extravagant. Actually, one of them had like a cloth map. Never mind. But but I think they had the thing where if you line the boxes up, they form one image. So that
Yeah.
was a cool thing.
I've seen that. I forget which ones I've got collector's editions of. Let me check.
Yeah, a lot of those PSP ones got that kind of edition treatment. Like Lunar got it, Trails in the Sky. couple other ones.
All right. I know I have one or two of them.
The good thing about Ease is, in terms of getting into it, is that they're all on Steam at this point, except for 7, which is coming. Well, except for the remake of 4. That's Vita only, which is annoying as hell. But
Yeah.
it's not like we had it before, so it's no different. Erg. But yeah, so you can get all those on Steam really cheap. I actually have most of them, and not all. I don't think any of them are actually Mac compatible, but there's a because I'm a Mac user, but there's a porting kit application where you do there's an application called Wine where you can just kind of port things over, wrap it in a code to make it work on Mac, and people have made skins for most of them so that they run on Mac.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't really change visual settings all that much, but the default looks fine.
Okay.
So I've actually been able to play Zero that way, and it's pretty good.
Oh, really? All right. Well, I'm looking forward to being able to get a copy on Friday. But I don't trust them, so I will try, probably likely log in early-ish and get my order in sooner rather than later. Hello?
Yes, I'm
Did I
here.
lose everybody? Okay.
No, you didn't.
I am half expecting limited run games to say, we messed up. We can't offer everybody. There was more demand than we expected, and we're actually limited to some number, and therefore people who ordered after this time are going to get cut off. I think there is a chance, non-zero chance, that that will happen.
There is definitely a chance of that, but the thing is, they are kind of beholden to the people that are providing it to them.
Yeah.
And however much of a stock they paid to license out, I assume.
Okay. 1 second.
Because it is an independent, to an extent, publishing line. So they have to make deals for shorter run amounts with these companies in order to actually get them put out.
Yeah.
And they can only afford so much, and the companies are only willing to put out so much. So if they hit a max, they don't really have a choice in the matter. Unless they've made a crap ton of money in order to make it worth it for the company.
Yeah.
Which probably won't happen with this. So, like, if it hits the average run of a 10,000 copies, I think that would either be too much or as many as they're going to allow.
Yeah.
On the publishing end.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get one on Friday.
Yeah.
Hope it goes through.
If you can't, at least you can get it cheap on Steam. It goes on sale all the time.
Yeah. I'm really getting close to just saying, you know what? I'm going to just start going digital for a lot of stuff.
Well, sometimes it's just easier and more convenient with these.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Video better,
right. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Did you ever get past that Lizard Man part?
No, I forgot about it.
Oh, cool.
Sorry.
I'm on Lizard Man now. I got my copy. I started playing it. I'm on Lizard Man.
Sonic Mania kind of took over that, so.
Oh yeah.
So, I was dying. The hype got to me, so.
Any word on your Switch dock?
I got it. I got it in the mail.
Did they charge you?
Yeah, but it's only like $4, so. Because I get the invoice from them, so we'll just exclude that part from the invoice because I was in a rush to unpack the car.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said because I was reading the chat. You said something about the invoice. I wanted to ask you about that. When are you going to know what we owe you?
I got the bill the other day, so I can send it to our little group there.
Okay.
But yeah, it came in the mail the other day, so
great. Glad to hear it. We don't have to talk about that other boring stuff. We'll do that on Twitter.
What, the SNES Mini? I missed all that good talk?
No. I meant the invoice for the rental car.
Oh, okay.
Make Eric mad.
No, I'm done. I did my little rant.
I don't know. I almost bought into the hype. I was from the get-go, I'm not buying this, and then of course everyone's like, they're for sale, and of course, sure enough, I'm at work just typing away trying to buy one of these, and then like after they kind of sold out, I'm like, what am I doing? And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even want the thing. You know,
So this kind of backs up the theory that people have that Nintendo does this just to make people buy it because they think it's like, oh, I can get one. Oh, I got one. It's like I won a contest by being able to get one. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. Maybe there is something to that.
I won this item
like
at full price.
Yeah.
You like the commenter who comments first, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
As
Like, good for you. You just
good
happened
for
to see
you.
it
You're
when it happened.
first. I do kind of want it because there's a lot of games on there that are good, and I want to play Star Fox 2.
Yeah.
But the
Earthbound
thing
and
for me is I already own those games. I own them on some form or another. Basically, the games I don't own, I don't plan to buy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I have essentially everything I want on the Super Nintendo right now.
All right.
There's a couple of games here or there, but they're nothing like special or big, and I'm not dying to get them.
All right. Well, then if you're able to pre-order one, then you can sell it to me.
Well, that's the thing. I was thinking about because I know at least 3 people who are trying to get one.
Yeah. Okay.
And
there you go.
But like it wasn't easy to obtain today, and I'm not going to go out of my way to get one of these. I'm not taking time off. If I walk in at Best Buy on my lunch break the day it comes available and there's one there, I might pick it up.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting up early. I'm not waiting in line. This does not matter to me, basically.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Excellent.
I'm not
I
waiting
think
in any lines
the
either.
club. I think the club will do well looking out for each other. At
Yeah.
least it sounds like it.
Yeah. It sounds like who did it? Didn't Julian get a couple of them?
Got a couple. I think P1's got a couple lined up.
Yeah.
I think Mark has a couple lined up, which is great that those guys. I mean, I know Mark was nervous about it because Mark actually, wanted it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to worry about it. Like. It's funny how Nintendo went from, Walmart shouldn't have done that. We're going to have a more formal rollout, and the rollout was just as informal as the Walmart rollout.
Yep.
It's just like,
and
the Best Buy's selling them, so we're all going to sell them. Let's go.
Yeah, and they basically didn't give word ahead of time, did they?
Not for the ones
No.
at 4 a.m. No.
But no, well, the Walmart one was at midnight.
Yeah,
it's Central Time, so they must have said it was going to be today, and Walmart or not Best Buy must have taken that literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came up last night.
I was staring at it in the cart, and I'm just like, I already have one of these reserved, and if the numbers are going to be what they say they're going to be, I may still get that on day one, and I'm totally good with that. Like,
yep.
If they are making 10 times as many,
but even that's not that many
as they did. I mean, that's 20 million. That's 20 million units.
They made. How many did they actually make for the NES Mini? 2 million, right? Was it? That was officially numbered.
At the end was 2.
Yeah. It's so funny that they thought they only needed to make 2 million of them. That is so dumb.
And then they probably made like 50 controllers or something.
Yeah,
it seems like even for a print run that low, it wasn't even worth the effort to, I don't know. It seems like that was like, I know there's no effort into it, I don't know. It just seems like the emulation was even bad on it, and they just didn't care about making they saw the demand. They could easily say, hey, this is huge, and they could have made more. But
yeah,
granted, it was a filler product, but even 2 million seems awfully low to that. Sorry, I don't know. That's the thing about the but whatever.
Yeah, it's just odd because you look at plug and plays normally, and this is essentially what it is, obviously, and those are just casual items for people to pick up like in the grocery store, and they're widely available. They don't have anywhere near as much hype behind them as Nintendo products do. But that's just kind of what the market they're getting into is, and I don't think they realize that, is that they're getting into a casual market with this item, and they're not marketing to those people. Which is ironic considering the Wii. But
I just
talk about that.
It's granted, like whatever. I think Musty posted earlier in the group chat that that like the value of the games is what, like $650, but if they sold used, right, at a store basically, but it seems with, I don't know, I still kind of judge it how off the NES Classic where it seems like it was just put together and the emulation was bad for HDMI TVs. I just kind of I don't even, this is $80 for this thing. I almost don't see it. It seems like it's a little too much for my opinion. I think $50 would have been the sweet spot, or $60. Yeah. Even $60 is kind of pushing. Granted, that's what the NES Classic sold for.
If you think that's much, look at what it is in Canada. Yeesh.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It seems like $80 is a little much for a little emulation box.
Yeah,
in my opinion. And not to shit on it. Not to shit on it if anyone wants it. Just
no, it's a cool item for casual fans and people that just want it for convenience. It's just not. It's not how it's being marketed, which is confusing.
Mm-hmm. I see these games as really old, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know. I know people really want this, but
yeah,
I still think for something how it is, and I understand because Nintendo is they're never going to lower their price on their eShop for those old games.
Yeah,
which they should. But
I think what would be an even bigger slap in the face is if they put out an Nintendo Classics collection on the Switch on a cartridge that has all the games from both of those plug and plays on a cartridge.
I would consider buying that, but they won't do that either because they can make more off selling $5 an NES game, $10 for a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. They're in this odd middle ground where they're marketing a casual product in a niche format, which is just really just confusing. Because if they wanted to just do this for casual consumers, they might as well have just released a cartridge at this point.
They could have.
Because
I'm distracted.
Would you say you're hypnotized?
Yeah, I don't think this is the place for that necessarily, but finding us, bud. Anyway, sorry for that. You were saying I didn't mean to draw too much.
No, I don't remember. It took me a second to catch up on the context for that, but now I've completely lost my point. It's just weird that they're marketing it in a niche way and its audience is more casual. Seems like a mixed message.
You were talking about how you're surprised they don't have a cart for it yet.
Yeah, well, I'm
not. They could totally
surprised.
drop one, right?
They could, and people would still buy the eShop games, and people still will. Not as readily, because there will definitely be ones that aren't available in that cart that weren't on those classic consoles that people could still buy. But people may have missed out on those and still want those games in a convenient way. And that's a good way to get a bunch of games in the hands of people that just got a Switch, or maybe that can sell a Switch to somebody. Like the Sega Genesis collection.
That's a good point. I mean, Atari does those Atari collections, and
it's
still on the PS4, basically, even, right? They have like Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm surprised those got released physically, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But, I kind of want them because they're odd, but
Atari's still looking to get any little penny they can.
Yeah, that's the different outlook on this, isn't it? Where The companies that do those big collections on disc are the ones that are kind of hurting a little more than Nintendo is. Like, you got Atari and you got Sega, where they don't really have a huge market share anymore, and they're just trying to sell their old products as new again in a way that people want. But it just kind of labels them as not successful in a way. I don't know. I don't know if I was going somewhere with that. It's just an odd product.
No, I understand. I just think I think it's what fuels the hype also for the SNES is because how people now know, like, well, at least with the Amiibos, there's a re-release on it eventually, like a year later, and you can eventually get any single one you wanted. It was re-released. You just had to wait a few months for it. But for the NES Classic, Nintendo's just like, we're done. You missed out. You lost when the demand was insane, and they left all that money on the table.
Yeah.
But and so I think that feels the hype for Super Nintendo because people don't want to miss out. And you know,
that is kind of the annoying thing about this product. Sorry to cut you off. Is that a lot of people want it just because it's limited.
Yeah, that, and I think also that because it's seen in a lot of people's eyes as the Super Nintendo is the greatest console of all time. It's seen in a lot of people's eyes. So people, I think want to have it to say, and I think Eric said, I think maybe Eric said it, just say that you have it, just to say you have it,
Yeah.
Because, okay, I have it, like everyone else has this one item basically now, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So your collection's missing that key piece because you don't have the Super Nintendo Mini.
Yeah.
Right. The only thing I don't have of Nintendo, that's SNES Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
And there's gonna be a SNES Classic ripoff box, like there's the NES Mini ripoff box.
Sure, I'm sure there will be. I'm surprised nobody's been talking about the European version since that initial.
I know someone who ordered theirs. They did that one, but I almost wonder. I don't know how European TVs are compared. If they're still like has that hertz ratio difference, like if it'll work properly.
Specifically, I think is where that difference is, because theirs run at 50 and ours run at
60.
Yeah, and they have Tetris Attack. Damn it.
Yeah.
What's the one game
we have? Tetris Attack.
So do I.
What's the one game that we have different than they do?
I have no idea.
Kirby's Dream Course.
Maybe.
Which is actually a pretty good game.
I probably prefer Tetris Attack, honestly, but I haven't played Dream Course.
Eric, why do you really, really want the Super Nintendo Classic?
Well, I don't really, really want it. I want $80 worth of it. I want it. I guess I kind of wanted it because it's got a really great collection of games.
Yeah.
And there's a few on there that I don't have. Star Fox 2 being one of them. And the Kirby games. I have most of the others, including Earthbound, but I only have that for the Wii U. And I guess I thought it'd be cool to be able to play those games with an HDMI.
Yeah.
And it's a legal way to get those games. A lot of people are talking about RetroPies and all that stuff. I don't do a lot of emulation for a couple of reasons. If Nintendo is selling their games, and this is an argument I made on one of the Retro Fandango threads, if Nintendo is selling these games, then you downloading the ROMs is really, well, first of all, it's definitely illegal.
Yeah.
It's questionable morally. It's basically stealing. They are selling those games. You cannot say that, well, no one's selling these anymore. No, they're selling them. You just don't want to pay for them. I don't know how that's different from any other kind of theft. You just don't want to pay for it. Well, okay. Too bad.
It's kind of normalized at this point, which is a little weird. But you get exceptions to the rule where, like, expensive games that aren't available digitally, like something like Evo, you definitely want to try that before you drop that kind of money. And no one on that original team is going to get the money from you buying it secondhand.
Yeah, that was one of Kevin's arguments, was that
Yeah, but
the team isn't getting the money, but that's
but if
true.
if you're downloading on your computer the original Super Mario, that is really readily available legally.
Yeah. So I don't know. Those are a couple of reasons I wanted it. I thought it'd be a nice item to have. I thought it'd be nice to play those games on HDMI. And there's a couple that I don't have. To be honest with you, though, if I tried to pre-order one and I couldn't, I tried a couple of times. At this point, if I can't walk, maybe I'll probably go back on this. If I see it come up again, I might try to grab it. But if I never get one, I'll probably be okay with it. I'm not going to go to heroic efforts. I'm not going to go stand in line anywhere ever to get one on launch day or whatever. If I walk into a store and they have it, I might buy one. If I can get online readily and they have it, I might buy it. If someone offers it to me at cost, I might buy it. That's the degree to which I want one. About $80 worth.
I almost got a funny feeling that when that eShop launches for the Switch, though, you're going to see Star Fox 2 on there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. And
They're just
I
saying
might
that-
buy it there. I might buy it on the Switch eShop.
From what I've played, too, from at least trying it, it's not that impressive of a game. It's just I think it hypes the Star Fox is a name though for Nintendo, and no one's played it. So,
Well, I'm sorry. What can you repeat what you just said about Star Fox?
from what I've played of Star Fox 2, it's
Yeah.
not that impressive of a game.
Yeah,
In fact, it's kind of sucky from what I've played.
yeah.
But
So that's one thing that no one's ever brought up. This game was almost completed, or if not complete,
yeah, it was
and
95%.
Nintendo decided
complete or
not to
something like that.
release it.
Yeah.
Doesn't that tell us something? I mean, it might have been expensive to make the cartridge, but maybe the game's no damn good.
Well,
Oh.
they did mention that 5% was polish,
Mhm.
and that they didn't get to do that. So the version that we have readily available on ROMs is incomplete and didn't get polished.
Okay.
So you can argue that it might be worse because of that. Because, like, you get a situation like where Star Fox 2, as you're playing it on a ROM, would be like something where it's Assassin's Creed Unity. Perfectly fine game, but clearly unfinished, and that ruins the experience.
Yeah.
See, the difference between that though is what I played wasn't a broken game; it just wasn't fun.
Fair. Fair enough.
And it's called, and I think they saw what they had going with Star Fox 64 because that was pretty. I think that was heavily in production too for that, and that's one of the best games on the Nintendo 64, and it's the best game in the series.
Which game?
Star Fox 64, where
Yeah.
this,
You mean there's other games in the series?
they've tried.
They've tried in between re-releases of 64. Jesus.
I don't. I kind of want to give that's called Adventures a fair shake.
Yeah, those ones are interesting, and I want to try them.
Yeah, Assault, it kind of loses its flavor right away after the first two levels, and I kind of lost interest right away. And
Is that the one with Crystal or whatever that character's called?
well, she debuts in Adventures, but she's part of the pilot squad in Assault.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of whichever one was originally a different game. They slapped Star Fox on it.
That's Adventures. It was supposed to be like Dinosaur Island or something. That was supposed to be the name of the game, but
Yeah.
Rare was making
right.
it. So that's the main reason I think I want to give it a real fair shake because it was made by Rare when Rare was still a company.
Mm.
But yeah,
Missteps, but interesting ones.
and I'm sure it's fine. I've never really sat down and played it. I've only played a couple levels.
Yeah, I never played it.
So I haven't played them either.
I bought Adventures pretty quickly after it came out for the GameCube, but I've never touched it.
It's on the backlog. You can use it as your S for your CCABC.
You know, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but S is a heavily represented letter when it comes to video game titles.
I didn't know.
Yep.
that.
So I don't have
I
any
think I have
trouble.
3 S's crossed off on my
Yeah.
CCABC.
I actually haven't finished an S yet this year, but I've
Really?
been trying to decide what it's going to be because I could finish
Super Metroid.
campaign on Splatoon.
Yeah, Melissa was thinking about that. Super Metroid.
I finished Super Metroid already.
Oh.
It is not on my backlog.
That's out. Okay. I must be. I'm mixing you up with rocket sauce then.
Yeah, I've never played that one fully. I've played it, but never just sat down and really played it. And I'm not going to play it until I beat Metroid 2.
No, that's one I haven't played.
Well, I'm going to do the remake first.
Yeah. That's another one I don't have that pre-ordered yet either. I'm not pre-ordering that game. I shouldn't say I don't have it pre-ordered yet. I will not pre-order it.
I have it reserved at 2 spots because I haven't canceled the second one yet. Because I have the classic
Collectors?
edition. Yeah, I have the collector's edition saved.
You have 2 collector's editions reserved?
Yeah. Because I got one right away because I was afraid I was going to sell it right away. And then it went up on sale on BestBuy.com, and I picked it up with the Gamers Club discount. So,
And what's the other one, full price?
yeah, it's full price at Best Buy or at GameStop.
How much was full price?
50.
What does the collector's edition come with?
Soundtrack to the game.
That's it, the soundtrack?
Well, and at GameStop you get a keychain with Samus on it.
A keychain.
Yep.
I already have a Puyo Puyo Tetris keychain, so I'm all set there.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty cool keychain, to be fair.
I'm sure. It's hard for me to get excited. Obviously.
No, I mean the Puyo one.
No, they're fine. It's a Puyo, and it's a Tetris. There's two keychains.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a joke because I couldn't care less about the keychains. But
yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well,
not caring about that special edition as well. It's just not worth the freaking trouble for a soundtrack.
Well,
tell me your extra collector's edition, but I don't want it.
I'll say I know P1 wanted it for the longest time. I know because I was holding on to it to see if he could get it by him because pre-orders didn't go up for that until I think this week maybe or last weekend. He finally went up for pre-orders and he was able to get one, so I can cancel it now.
Yeah, okay. Do you have the amiibo?
No. I only wanted the Smash Brothers series, so I'm pretty much set with amiibos for now.
Okay.
The only amiibo I could ever really want is the Shovel Knight one, and that's clearly not happening.
Is that one hard to find?
Well, it's probably never going to get re-released, so that's long gone. But I don't care enough. It's like
you can use in the box.
You're gonna start seeing these in a few years pop up, and I know they have eventually GameStop has the buy 2 get 1 free sale, for these amiibos, the ones that start popping up. But and that's I have a loose copy of Shovel Knight because a loose amiibo of Shovel Knight because there was a couple ones that I never owned box that I bought, so I needed a third one to be free, and I picked up Shovel Knight. But
that's not a bad one.
I think you're eventually gonna start seeing you're gonna start seeing them pop up more. The only thing is you might see people onto the Zelda ones for a minute more.
Yeah, you got to cut it off somewhere, right? And I can't bring myself to care about amiibo.
Monsieur, you getting the Metroid amiibo?
I have not
the new ones. I mean,
planned to, but I would like to because now I have the other 2.
I was going to say you got the other 2 for the new game, didn't you?
Yeah, I got them
But
with the
don't
intent of using them for the new game. Yeah, so yes, I should try to find it.
Do we know what the amiibos do in the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Suits, right?
Let me check.
Yeah, so there were initial word out that ended up being not entirely indicative of what was happening. The Metroid one is a if you're stuck and can't find the next or closest Metroid,
Right.
you scan it and it shows you where the Metroid is
on the map, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like a wayfinder. It doesn't show you the entire map. It shows you where the closest one to where you are is. That's it. The other one unlocks fusion mode, which is apparently like uber hard mode, but there is still a hard mode that gets unlocked by beating the game.
Okay.
So the initial like anger that everyone had was kind of stemming from, oh, they're locking away easy mode and hard mode behind these amiibo, which was an embellishment, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it is an additional mode that is special to the amiibo, and God forbid we actually do something with the amiibos instead of just earlier today, and they made a comment about how people were complaining about how amiibos don't do anything in game, and then they put out something that does something in game, and now people hate
People
it.
are complaining. Yeah.
Yep.
I know,
And
because there's different.
yeah.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, but I think that also is because now that one's like a hard one to get. So, and now people are like, they feel as if they're missing out. And I know I don't have a problem if stuff can be unlocked like that, but I don't care too if it's like a suit, because one of them's the fusion suit, right?
No, it's not the fusion suit. It's a mode.
Okay.
It is a special mode specifically that's super hard.
Okay. Yeah, because from what
is
I've
what
heard,
my understanding is.
from what I heard too, like it wasn't like you were missing out in the game. Basically, it was not something like extra level unlocked, but without amiibo.
Yeah.
That's something I can be.
It is a different set of rules for the
Existing
game itself. Basically, they do more damage. You do less damage. Something. I mean, there's probably some tinkering that buried behind a cheat code way back when.
Which is funny to
something
use
like that.
cheat codes, because I think it would be better if it was just something fun that is kind of inconsequential but is still fun to do. Like, say you got big head mode for scanning an amiibo. That would be something you wouldn't really need to experience the game, but it would be fun and maybe just improve your experience just that way.
That's what more people need. More games now are big head mode, DK mode.
Different skins, things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the original Samus gives you an extra missile pickup, and the Zero Suit Samus gives you an extra E-tank. I think that's what.
Yeah, I've got it here.
So I mean, if I don't know how that counts toward completion percentage, like for people who want to 100% their game, like does that mean that they true 100% or what? Do those people get 101%? Like, who cares?
I don't know.
That's an interesting question, though. Like, if there is a percentage in the game for completion and you don't get all of it unless you have the amiibo, that's not good.
Yeah, that would be a little
That would be rude.
blah. But
Yeah, like if you some people would probably consider beating the game on all available difficulties to be completion 100%. But if you can't do it by default with the game, I think that's an easy exception to make. But that's still going to annoy some people.
Out of the box, this is what I have.
Yeah.
This is this expansion mode. Like, they could have charged $5, but no, they're going to put it in a figure that you'll be able to use in other settings and down the road.
Like how when we were doing like the 52 game challenge or whatever, which no one's really doing anymore, but still that was a thing that was going on Twitter. And I was wanting to put Destiny on there, and I'm like, how the hell do I crack this? Because there's so much DLC, there's so much additional missions and everything, and I'm like, you know what? I beat the available story that was on the disc when I bought it a long time ago, I'm just going to consider it done.
Yeah.
Like, I did everything that was included on the disc.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So that's just an example of considering that. Like, what's in the game by default and what you need to get additionally for completion.
Yeah, like if you played Oblivion but didn't play Shivering Isles, does you 100%ing the main game mean that the moment Shivering Isles comes out means that you no longer beat the main game?
Well, according
think
to PlayStation trophies, when I finished the season 1 of The Walking Dead and then 400 Days came out, it knocked down my completion percentage in the trophies from 100 down to 82, even though I had gotten the platinum for it. But that was in trophies, not in game. And that's just like going from beginning to end in a story. That's not like unlockable stuff. But you know what I mean? That's just something reminded me of that.
No, I had something. What was it?
While you're thinking on that, I think the case for that with trophies and everything is if it's DLC, it doesn't count toward the platinum. You can get all the ones that are non-DLC, and you'll still unlock the platinum even if you have trophies or achievements to go in getting all of the ones that are available total.
But like for achievements, since there's points assigned to those, they're not just given a ranking of like PlayStation does it.
Yeah.
You know, look at Halo 3. Halo 3 has like 1,700 achievement points now.
Yeah.
You know, because they tacked on another 250 with each map pack.
Yeah. And there's no thing in Xbox games to give you you got all the things in the base game.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, like the platinum does. That's just like, okay, now you've just not gotten all the achievements, which is a lot worse of a feeling when you can't get the rest of them.
Excuse me.
Like, these are unimportant examples, but in the case of games like that aren't available anymore, you can't play them, or they were online and they're no longer available online. I don't remember the name of this one game, so I'm moving on. But like the worst example is the 1 versus 100 game that they used to have on Xbox. Like I got some of the achievements in that, the live event format of that, which was interesting, but didn't really work out for them. But I got some of the achievements in that, but I will never be able to get the rest of them. So this is not an example. And we've gotten really far away from Metroid with my points here, so we can move back if you want to.
So I'm getting that collector's edition for that Metroid.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Me too.
Cool.
No.
You are too, Musty? Okay.
Yep.
Does the Metroid 3DS, does that come with the game, or is it just a shell?
It probably comes with a digital.
No, it's an entire.
I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'll give you an example, because the Majora's Mask one did not come with the game. It was just a shell.
Yeah, I assumed it didn't come with anything. Do we know what the price is?
Yeah, I don't think it does.
Same price of regular.
Because it's only 200, right?
If it's 200, then I'll claim it doesn't come with the game.
That's the price of
Julian
it.
says no game.
For
Julian
free.
says no game.
That's the price of a regular 3DS or a brand
Yeah.
new 3DS.
They ain't throwing it in for free.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's gonna be in demand too, right?
That's what?
That's gonna be a demand, right? Well, wait, it might not, because
Probably.
it's Metroid.
Well,
They don't.
if I
sell
can
them.
find the collector's edition, maybe I'll get it at Best Buy, but that's the only way. If
So you get that. So you could pay what, like 40 for it, as opposed to paying,
Yeah.
50.
Because
That was my theory.
see, you have it at GameStop for 50,
Mhm.
and I could buy it from you for 50.
Correct.
or I could buy the regular edition for $32 at Best Buy.
Correct.
So it doesn't become a $10 difference for me. It becomes an $18 difference for that music CD, and that's too much. But if I can get it at Best Buy, then it's an $8 difference.
Mhm.
So yeah, Musty, are you part of that Gamers Club Unlocked?
Not yet.
Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, you're missing out, man. I used it today, man. I love the rewards too, because then you can use your rewards too to paint, making your games cheaper. Like I did today. I'm gonna show them one of my pickups I got today.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
You
we
got
can.
pickups?
If you want to wait till FitNet gets back, we can roll into pickups. Yeah.
Where is everybody?
I don't know.
Guess they got
I
tired.
went,
of
and
us.
hit the, I went and hit the link because I didn't want, even though I have the click to enable people thing going.
Do you think we should switch this to Wednesday? We had a pretty big turnout last Wednesday.
I presume that was
it-
because of the Barry thing, though.
That could be
Oh
too.
boy, the kids are crying. Hang on.
Yeah.
Time to go yell at the
Yeah,
kids.
I mean, kids ruin everything.
Yep. That's one thing we learned.
Mine was down here in the first minute of this thing starting up,
Mhm.
climbing all over me. So there's a highlight reel for you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What's that? One?
Turtles.
Oh,
It's my little display shelf now.
okay.
There's a, yeah, I can't exactly zoom in, but
I would have loved to grab that Technodrome because that's the one I had like every single turtle toy except that. That was like the only one.
yeah,
But I don't know where I would have put that. I mean, I would fear of breaking it, putting it in my luggage, or that's the one thing I would have feared. For J Rock, it's
Oh, I think- yeah, he was right down the street.
Yeah.
Well, his mother was right down the street.
yeah. Even then, it's not that far for us. We got all our stuff basically in there, and I came with the intent of taking games back with me, not a turtle Technodrome.
Yeah.
That it would have been nice, but like I said, it's something I didn't have. One thing I love to have as a toy back would be kind of the Ghostbuster house. I had the
Mm.
firehouse as a kid. I kind of would love to have that and their vehicle. I think that would be neat, and the trap. But that's also stuff like where would I put? It looks neat. Takes up a lot of space. Cool toys though. I would love to get a couple of those old Bucky O'Hare figures back. And what do you call it? Those food fighters. I had those as a kid. I don't know if anyone had those. Might be a little before your time, Fitnet, with the food
I have no
fighters.
idea.
It was just it was like a cartoon where it was like the food dressed up like army men. So like there's like a cheeseburger with a army helmet, and you remember those guys?
I remember that.
Hmm.
I do.
Just really cool toys. I don't know. I just loved them as a kid. The cartoon was very short lived, if I remember correctly, but cool toys. I think
The only thing that makes me think of is, and it's probably not the same thing, is this weird show that was on a little while that was probably later than you're talking about, called Fighting Foodons. And it was like an anime, but Americanized. And it's just this thing that is really obscure that no one talks about, but I remember it. A really terrible opening theme. I won't transition into the more anime stuff from that, but I do want to say just a funny thing that made me think of is there was a show called, they called it Knights of the Zodiac here, and it was Saint Seiya in Japan. But the opening theme was I think it was Bowling for Soup cover of the Eagles song "I Ran So Far Away" or whatever song was called.
Mhm.
It was a really terrible cover, and it was like this Knights of the Zodiac fighting tournament show. It was a really weird combination. Anyway,
I'm just gonna show you real quick because I pulled up an image of it real quick.
Yeah.
So that's what they kind of looked like.
okay,
That's a good
not
time.
at all what I was thinking of, and that donut or whatever is in the background is horrifying.
It was just, I don't know. I liked it a lot as a kid. I thought it was cool.
Murder
toys.
donut.
Yeah. I don't remember the cartoon so much, but I do remember seeing it, but I don't remember when it was on, maybe Saturday mornings. And I think it was one of those cases, and I think a lot of 80s toys were like that, where they were made first and then cartoons came directly after it. I think He-Man, I think, was like that.
He-Man was probably like that. Transformers was definitely like that.
I think G.I. Joe was definitely like that too.
Yeah.
Um,
Transformers is a weird one. I've been looking into that a little bit.
I think Mattel was known for stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that was good times. Food fighters.
Yeah, we don't need to go down this rabbit hole, but just for a fun fact, the Transformers toys, the original ones, are Japanese licensed ones around a brand that hadn't existed before from different companies. Like, they're all from different companies, and they were consolidated into this one brand. Like, the Optimus Prime figure was a different figure brand than Megatron was, and Jetfire or Skyfire, whoever they ended up calling him in the cartoon, was from Macross or Robotech originally. So that's just kind of an odd thing with that. Moving on. Toy facts.
Toy fun.
Mhm.
Are there any other toys, Musty, you would like to have probably back from your childhood?
Toys from maybe some old Transformers, but I Riders. That's what I would want.
I'm
What
not
one?
familiar with those.
Dino Riders.
Oh, I've heard the name.
Riders was a Saturday morning cartoon.
Dino Riders.
Where like this family gets, or no, I can't even really.
Googling imaging this guy's here.
But they're like lifelike looking dinosaurs, and then they have these pieces that attach onto them.
There's a cartoon for this apparently.
Yeah, there was a series for 1 year.
It's like they put like jets and missiles on these dinosaurs or something.
Yeah, so they crash land on this planet, and the planet has dinosaurs on there, but there's also this other race of aliens after these people, but they capture like the carnivores and put on like these harnesses to like control them, and they end up like weaponizing them. And then the humans kind of go after the herbivores and do the same thing, but they're not actually control. It was only I didn't realize it was only 13 episodes. But there was
Bucky O'Hare only has like 13 episodes too. That's the funny thing about it.
Yeah.
What were you guys talking about?
We're just
Dino
talking about
Riders.
Okay.
Maybe we're talking about maybe toys from your youth that you might consider ever picking up again. Because Musty was showing off his turtles in the background.
Oh yeah.
Back there.
I'm surprised to nobody. I'd like to get some G1 Transformers I didn't have.
Yeah, that would be it for me.
But they're kind of ruined. Like, I'd like a good shape Jazz figure. Because I have mine still, but it's completely trashed.
That was always a toy series I missed out on. I never got, because it was right around Turtles. Turtles and Ghostbusters came out right at that time too, and I think I got those because they were cheaper. So I never got the Transformers.
Yeah, in the opposite direction.
Here's
actually,
one of them. I'm going to show you this. This is the T-Rex from Dino Riders.
I've probably seen those before.
Yeah. And then I had. I'll see if I can find the ones I had, but like I had more of the herbivores. My friend had this one, the Triceratops one. It's got a lot of like body armor and the satellite dish off it, and yeah, they were great for me at the age that I was at that point, and now finding them like fully. It's not easy, and they're not cheap. This is one I had. So like the yeah. So those things open up, and then there's weapons underneath it. So that there's this guy hanging. There's two people in these pods on the back, and then this thing like encased almost like an armadillo shell, but then you press a button and the whole thing opens up. It's closed. But yeah.
Did it say what year this was around by chance?
88.
88. Oh. I was probably
Yeah, they
just a
had
little too young for this one.
They had pterosaurs and like the little smaller ones, and apparently Lego ones.
Lego ones.
I didn't know that. But yeah, it was a pretty cool show for the short run that it had.
Yeah. This is actually another Transformers thing. I've had Transformers on the mind all week. Sorry. But just something that they could do for some of these old toy lines that Transformers has done is, because we're all like older collectors now, the old toys are nice, but they're dated and they're really hard to find. So what we want is to have them for collector purposes. So maybe they could do like collector lines of them where they're higher quality, a little bit more expensive, but they're much nicer collector's items as compared to the original.
Yeah.
Like Transformers has the Masterpiece line of figures. Like I pulled up a side-by-side here. I'll choose that window here. There's a picture, hopefully, of a G1 Jazz.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, it's a pretty dated figure there. It's cool, but it's hard to find, and it's not very high quality by today's standards. But they also released a Masterpiece version of him, which looks like that. So that's very true to the original design, but it's like $80.
Yeah.
But you get a really good figure out of it. Much higher quality build, really cool transformations.
What was
like that.
What was the Transformer that Curtis broke though? And he has complexes. Was that it?
No, he broke Mirage,
Okay.
Oh,
which was the Formula One car, which
yeah.
my brother's broke there too, because he's got a weak hinge point in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those G1 toys have some problems.
Yeah. Those Masterpiece Transformers are incredible.
Yeah, I watched like review videos where people transform them and they show them off.
Yeah.
And I watched the one for the new version of Megatron. That thing is insane.
Yeah.
Like the MP20 or whatever it is, Masterpiece number, whatever the hell. But they made a new version of it because the original was kind of flawed. It was really weird and was easy to break the legs on it.
Mm-hmm.
But the transformation is so just elaborate, and it's complete madness. You'd probably only want to transform it once, and then you'd leave it however you end up wanting to display it. But it's really cool. It's like $200 and something, but still.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Troy.
How's it
Are
going?
you gonna hypnotize us?
No, keep talking about Transformers. It's fine. Don't let me interrupt.
What
That would
about?
be it for me. Transformers was the big one.
Do you have any toys, Troy, that you would want back from your childhood?
Not talking video game stuff.
No, I mean just like maybe there's a cartoon that or a toy you had, and you kind of not saying you need to worry about space, just something you like maybe like that was a really cool toy, and I maybe like to have that just as like a showpiece for yourself.
No, not really. I mean, I've got a lot of my original GI Joes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like my dad kept all that stuff, so. I mean, I guess it's a video game, but I had one of those Donkey Kong like little arcade things. I don't know what they're called, and now they're like freaking $120 if you want to buy one.
Wow.
And there was Donkey Kong Jr. I think it was called. You're basically like it's like one of those LCD games, but
Yeah. Speaking of which,
dope.
I was gonna say those Tiger Electronics have started to kind of make a comeback a little bit too, where people like are seeking those out. I think Josh, is it Frantic or Frantic Society?
Yeah.
I think he picked up some recently. That's kind of become a thing. I had those, a ton of those. I think it was like my parents' like cheap way of getting me real video games. They just always bought me a bunch of those. And I
just never really liked those back in the day.
It was the only thing I got. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like they're like, oh, you like the Turtles video game? Here's the Turtles Tiger Electronics game. Figure it out. Barnyard Commandos. Oh yeah, I remember these guys too.
I'm trying to think about the toys thing. What else?
Man,
We had like Castle Grayskull and all that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, anybody interested in He-Man, or is that before your?
I watched.
Oh, that's right. Where I'm
Did I
at.
have
It was too early.
I think I had Grayskull.
It was on way too early in the morning though on a Saturday for me to get into the show. It was always like at 7 o'clock, and I always woke up at like 9.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had quite a few of those.
I actually got into Thundercats a little bit when they remade that because
Oh
it
yeah.
was actually a fairly high quality show. It didn't last very long. I have a bunch of the toys from that, oddly enough.
Really, Thundercats. Yeah.
Yeah, they remade one.
Okay.
They had a few classic ones released, but I didn't pick those up.
No, I just basically want to get video games back. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's say you went to like a garage sale and they had whatever for like a bag of whatever GI Joes for $5. Would you pick it up?
I'd buy it. Oh yeah, I'd buy a bag of GI Joes for $5. There, I mean, some of the stuff I have, like, it's a little broken because I used it big time. Like I took it into the dirt, I took it through the mud, I took it through everything. So when I see GI Joe stuff that's like from that era, I grab it. Like I grabbed, I don't know the names of these things, though. I'm not like a super GI Joe nerd, but like the Cobra tank thing or whatever it was called. I grabbed one of those from a thrift shop one day when I saw it, and I actually had one of those, but I don't think it was kept. I think it was probably trashed. So I'd still grab stuff like that. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go actively seeking it though.
Yeah. These are more 90s, but there was just a couple weird shows like Street Sharks and Biker Mice from Mars. If I found any of those figures, I'd probably pick them up. I still have a few of mine.
The one who's on the rollerblades who can cut paper with his fingers. That's the one I would want back from Street Sharks. I remember the commercial for that where they're like, he can break. And you really had to go at it hard with the paper for him to tear the paper with his nails.
Yeah,
But,
there was that villain where they had the really elaborate figure where it was like he had like a different face that it would flip around and stuff like that. I don't remember any of the names of the characters from that.
That was the biggest ripoff of the Turtles ever, though. Street Sharks.
Oh yeah,
they even lived in the sewers too. It was not even like them really trying for it to be different.
yeah. To be fair, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is weirdly not so much a ripoff, but a parody of Daredevil to an extent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think Eastman admitted it because they're a fan of Frank Miller's work. That's why it's the foot, not the hand.
Yeah, and literally the opening of like the original comic, it's the origin of Daredevil, except for the toxic waste thing that hits Matt Murdock in the face, bounces off and rolls over to a sewer grate and dumps into there, and that creates the Turtles.
Isn't it like the same brand too? Isn't it like the same brand? Ooze is the same brand as the stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Is that right? I never knew that.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
That's amazing.
So then technically doesn't that make it a spin-off?
Technically, yes, even though
it was a parody. It was a parody.
Yeah,
but,
that's funny. But
it just blew up. It just kids gravitated to it.
Yeah, but Turtles is a lot darker originally, if I remember.
But like if you look at it, it's their master Splinter. His master was Stick.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the thing. What was the thing with Splinter, and then I couldn't remember, and it was Stick. Yeah. It's awesome.
No, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that entire origin.
Back to toys. If I could find those Pizza Hut Land Before Time hand puppets.
I had those too. Yeah, I did. I had all of them. Because
I can't imagine those would be too expensive though.
They're not. They were hard. 5 or 6 of them.
One of them, maybe, or a friend had them, and I just saw it, and that's what I'm remembering. I don't remember.
Well, the first movie came out in like '89, and then like the sequel came out 10 years later, right?
Is everybody having?
There are 14 Land Before Time movies.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Really?
No joke.
Well,
It came out like every year
Yes.
after that. It came, the first one was in theaters, and then every other one after that was VHS.
Once you could animate it in CG, it churning them out became significantly easier.
Hmm.
Yeah. Another one of those ones that you wouldn't think there would have been that many sequels was God, what was it? Move on. I'm gonna have to look this up because I've completely lost the name.
Back to those puppets real quick. Those things were not like easy to move puppets. They were really
sturdy.
hard. Yeah. They're more a showpiece than they are a puppet.
Like,
Yeah, like that's at least that's about as much movement you can get out of those things there.
I think most of my toys were fairly generic in a way. Like I had like a train set, I had like Lego, stuff like that. So then it was like G.I. Joe, He-Man, and that was the main like whatever, and some Ninja Turtle stuff. But that was like the sort of like extent of my branded kind of things, even though I guess Lego is still branded, but
Yeah.
it's sort of generic in a way. Especially back then, it was generic in a way. Like sets were few and far between. Not like now.
like you just have a pack of certain bricks rather than anything themed in a license.
Yeah, I remember we did have a spaceship type of one where it was like a kit, but for the most part, all the Lego was just generic stuff.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I can bring it back to Transformers again. Because I got a bunch of Lego as a kid, and I ended up just randomly, I don't know why, I would build my own Transformers out of the Lego I had, and I would actually try and make them function as much as possible.
Cool.
And I remember I did it quite well, but then the actual licensed Transformers sets came out, and I got a couple of them, and I was like actually legitimately insulted. It's like, I've made better Transformers than this. What are you doing? But anyway, the movie I was trying to think of was An American Tail, like the
yeah.
Fievel
Yeah.
Goes West is the
Fievel,
sequel to
yeah.
that. There were
I
several
preferred
others.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I preferred Five Goes West over the first one
Yeah,
too.
that's the one I remember more, even though I don't really remember it that much. But there were
First
several
one.
more sequels to that. Like, there was a third movie.
There was a TV show for a little
Yeah, there
bit,
was
too.
a TV show. There was The Treasure of Manhattan Island was the third movie, and then The Mystery of the Night Monster. When the hell did that come out? That was
That's about nondescript as you
2000.
can get.
Yeah, and there were a couple of video games actually. Now that I'm looking,
Probably on PlayStation, right?
I don't know. Let's see.
4 time games on PlayStation.
There,
What?
geez. There was one on Super Nintendo for Fievel Goes West, and Fievel's Gold Rush was on the Game Boy Advance.
No, that movie is etched into my head forever. Not like literally, but
Yeah, two. direct to video.
Literally.
this. See, I got my American Tail tattoo under my scalp. It's perfect.
Man, it seems like I missed out on buying the Bucky O'Hare DVD. Seems like it's out of print and now $1 million. I'll be
go for it.
I'll be checking the Mega Medias by me, trying to find the DVDs in the kids section now.
This one is actually that I just thought of was one that I actually have a lot of the toys for it still, more than any logical person would ever own. But
Excuse me.
this was in the era of Power Rangers ripoffs, where just everything was trying to rip off Power Rangers, like Beetleborgs and
Bad Beetleborgs. VR
yeah,
Troopers.
and VR Troopers, and for a while there, Mystic Knights of whatever the hell. I have like one figure from Burger King for that or something. That was a really weird looking one if you look that up. But just so bad. It was like Power Rangers if it was like Xena and the Hercules shows. Horrible. But but there was Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Of all things. And
It sounds familiar.
yeah, there's this really weird one. It was based off this show called Gridman in Japan. But I have a ton of figures from that. And the main villain from that, I don't remember the name of it, the villain, but he was voiced by Tim Curry,
Oh.
which was like the star connection for that show, I guess.
I was trying to. Did everyone listen to the new Fandango by chance? The film Dango?
Not
Yes.
Not yet.
Well, this
I did.
isn't a spoiler, but they
I don't
That's
mentioned
okay. Yeah.
the voice of Audrey too, and I didn't realize it until they didn't say it, but like it clicked in my head when they mentioned Audrey too. That the voice is the guy who did the voice of Mother Brain for the Captain. Was it Captain N? On
Nice.
yeah.
Little known fact: I played the puppeteer for that character, Audrey too.
High School Musical.
No,
The High School Musical or something like that, or what?
no, from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was my school put it on like as a grade 8 kind of play or whatever. And
You're the voiceover?
No, I did the puppeteer work. So I was like inside this gigantic plant costume that was like really heavy and very, very, very not ventilated well. So I never actually saw the performance. All I did was go off of like audio cues of what people were saying, and then I like puppeteered it.
I was hoping you have to sing the parts.
Yeah, when like people were singing or whatever, I'd have to like do my thing and have my actions mimic the. And I basically was like using my arms like this to like move the jaw up and down of the gigantic plant.
Well, like the last song is like a big number for the plant.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not like the movie or something, but it was, yeah.
So you were basically the kid that played the tree in the play, but more elaborate.
Very elaborate. It was quite the costume, actually. That I mean, it was completely stationary. It was gigantic. I mean, it was like I could stand up with it like this, and I'd like hold its head like all the way up, and it would be like 10 feet tall, kind of thing, because my height plus whatever was like extended outwards. The thing was massive. It was a sweaty job, but you know, for the kids.
So it was by yourself? It wasn't a 2-man job, or?
Well, I mean, someone else was off stage with a microphone doing the voice, but I did the puppeteer stuff. So I had to like make what I was doing match up with what he was saying, or singing, or whatever it was.
So you had to memorize the lines without actually like speaking them?
Yeah,
That sounds like an immense challenge.
It wasn't actually. It actually worked out quite well. I mean, I was familiar with the movie, so. Did
you do the songs the plant sings? I mean, not singing part, but like the guy who was voicing Audrey, or female who was voicing Audrey, have to do like the singing parts. And
yeah, there's a guy with like super bassy kind of kid with like a super bassy voice. Who was, yeah. And I had to like eat people and stuff.
That's great. I love that. Great. I love the movie. I actually am kind of a fan of musicals.
You don't say.
You know me. I'm a songwriter.
I'm just teasing you.
I'm a songwriter. I can't help myself.
I find musicals are a bit thin. It's
there's
like
there's some really good ones.
The content of it is like an idea is stretched out into a 5-minute song with dance, and it was something that probably could have been said in like 3 lines or less.
Yeah, but if it's toe tapping, man.
So there's like barely anything there, I find.
Oh, here's some irony for you. We figured out what my son's going to be for Halloween.
Audrey, too?
No, I'll give you, but for those of you who were at Barry, I will give you one guess.
Ninja Turtles?
Is this Despacito?
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a song for you.
So it's yeah. You were inspired by this musical talk.
No, no.
Those of us at Barry should
this
know.
This was coming up when you said costume, and it
Okay.
clicked that I had other costume conversations.
So we should know from Barry.
Yeah, if you were paying attention in Barry, my son is on board with this costume.
J-Rock?
He's going as J-Rock.
I guess I wasn't paying attention.
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
Gonna be Buzz Lightyear.
oh, yes, that's obvious. Yeah. So has he watched the movies now? I presume.
Yes, he has watched all three now.
All three. You even let him watch that heart-rending scene in the third movie
Where he just wants to die.
where everybody's about to die. Yeah.
No, he wants to die, I believe. He's no, it's Woody wants to die. That's right. Woody's just like he said his basically he made his play. He's done.
Wow.
That was depressing.
But yeah, then so my wife is gonna go as one of those aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The Zealots. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And I haven't decided yet.
Not Woody. The obvious.
It would make sense.
And a musty hobbit, perhaps.
I mean, it'll end up looking like McCree. I mean, so sure, why not? If it gets me,
Yeah. I mean, you can tell the parents that you're Woody, and you can tell the younger guys in the Cartridge Club that you're McCree.
then I don't have to shave.
And you don't have to shave. Or you could go as evil Woody. Woody's evil twin, right? The guy with the goatee.
There's a stink in my boots.
Oh, that line cracks me up. I'm sorry. I think that's so funny. There's a snake in my boots.
Snake? No, stink. Isn't there a stink line where he's like,
Nope.
something down the water hole, or
Yeah, somebody's poisoned the water hole.
Yeah,
That's
I
another
thought
funny
a
one.
while back that they were going to be making another Toy Story movie.
they are.
Wow, I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah,
It's not a good idea, but they're doing it.
Is it a prequel?
too much money. It's a prequel.
It's like they're
It's titled Toy Story 4. They're doing a next installment. And I don't think you could have put a more final stamp on that franchise than that third movie.
yeah. That's a cash grab.
Yeah,
Unless they have a really good story, because
If it's a prequel, it's like them being poured in a mold or like chipped out of wood.
That's right.
It's just 2 hours of that.
That
Watching
would be
just
horrifying.
No more Slinky, though.
baked in an oven.
that's right. He's the voice. Did he die before Toy Story 3?
I think he died after it.
Who died?
Jim Varney. What's his name?
Jim Varney. You're right.
Ernest, the guy who plays.
Ernest.
He did the voice of the Slinky Dog in the Toy Story movies.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, I didn't even know that. All right.
Yeah, that's the Ernest goes to whatever guy.
Ernest needs a kidney.
Is that a Simpsons joke?
Yeah.
Seems like a Simpsons joke.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well,
Pickups
Oh, we can do pickups.
for
sure.
you guys.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to do my 8 o'clock here. I'm going to do my final check to see if my package actually arrived before 8 o'clock, or if I'm emailing Amazon to refund me my one-day shipping costs. But
I didn't pick up anything. So
okay.
I didn't either.
I'll show my one thing that I do actually have, and then I'll go check my mailbox, see if it arrived, just in case it just didn't update. But just for my last item of that anime order that I did, where I've been showing like a couple anime box sets. It was all from the same order, but things shipped at different times. I got the 2-season box set of Black Lagoon, which probably no one's familiar with. I've only seen the first season of it, but it's been a long time, so this was $25. I figured I might as well give it a go. And this is the weirdest anime case I have ever seen, because usually you'd think it just would open from either the regular slipcase where it'd be the top and the bottom are open, or the side is open. The sides aren't open. The top's not open. This is the regular flap, but it's sealed inside itself, so you can't actually open it. The bottom is open. It's a VHS slipcover for a Blu-ray. It makes no
Whoa.
sense. It makes no sense at all.
wow.
And it's taller than a regular Blu-ray case, so it doesn't fit perfectly on the shelf, which is really odd. The weirdest anime set I own, and I don't own that many. So
I was
that's a
gonna say
thing.
I'm only familiar with Creature from the Black Lagoon, but
Oh, okay.
funny.
Eric just checked that I think Jim Varney was dead because there's a different voice actor for Slinky in Toy
It's all
Story
right.
3.
Okay.
So does anyone have anything else?
I do.
Oh yeah. Show us what you got.
So I'll pick. I was asking. I found this today actually at Goodwill on the way home. And I asked Dean, but he hasn't responded back to me. He might be on one of his many vacations around the world. But he's the one guy that I thought would probably know because anytime I find something I never really see, it's kind of a collectible. He's usually the guy we go, "Yep, this is this," and blah blah blah. So Dean, if you're watching, let me know. But I found a Sonic the Hedgehog alarm clock.
Oh,
Yeah. Now it doesn't say Sega officially licensed on it, so it could be a knockoff. And I haven't tested it out yet, and it sounds like some kid who was a previous owner must have thought it was a bank because you can hear there's like a coin in there. It's like a nickel, but I don't know how to get this out because there's no. I mean, I guess there's some screws right here, but it's
How to get it in there? That's weird.
Yeah. Well, I could. There's like a little hole right here by the battery slot, so I think the kid was playing, trying to use it as a bank. But I'll have to get some batteries to try it out to let you guys know if it works. But I mean, you could set the time like this here, but it's got speakers too, so I want to know if it actually makes a noise or something like that. But I'll test it out and get back to you guys. But this was This was $4. I've never seen this before, so I figured it was worth a $4 gamble.
It looks like a replacement battery cover.
Yeah, it could be, but it fits perfectly. So
yeah.
I bet you it has better sound than an At Games Genesis.
It could be a replacement one, but it matches the laces here with shoes.
Okay.
You never know. So yeah, I thought that was kind of neat and interesting. So like I said, Dean, if you're watching, let me know if that's a real thing, or even if it's a knockoff, I still think it's cool. I bought this last week, and I've been eyeing it up, but with Gamers Club Unlock, it was like $11 and some change.
Nice.
I actually do want to get that.
Now, granted, it's got this little Xbox One here, playable on here, but the other choice was the one I mentioned before, where it looks like an Xbox One game, but then the spine, it's just like a gray spine completely. It looks weird on a shelf, so I figured I'd rather have the one. Most of my Xbox One games just face this way. I'd rather have it be with the original 360.
Yeah.
So, but
is that printed on there, or is that a sticker?
For Xbox One.
Yeah,
that's printed on the sheet here.
Okay, there's a variant now.
Yep.
Good to know.
So,
and a poster included.
Poster included, plus Doom 1 and 2.
I got gypped.
So.
Yeah, you didn't wait for the definitive version.
So
the Refinitive edition.
Yeah.
Got all the same stuff, but with a poster and a new sticker on it.
But I don't know. I'm happy about it because I think I've seen it at a couple of game stores at the same price that I paid new for it. So
yeah,
I was happy about that.
It was hard to find that game cheap for whatever reason.
And I picked this up today. The new Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Oh, nice.
So
that's the thing that I was waiting for, but I didn't get it.
So
is that a discount? Is that like a lower price game, like 40?
It's $40, and from my read, it's about 7 to 8 hours long, which is longer than Uncharted 3. But
really?
Yeah, at least in my experience, it is. Yeah, and like I said, like I had a $20 reward certificate to use before the middle of September,
Nice.
So I used it on this. So it came with Gamers Club Unlock. It cost me about $7.
And did you pre-order it?
Yes. So
you got that download?
I got the Jack's HD download.
Yeah, the Jack and Daxter HD.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
There's a PS4 version of the original Jack and Daxter. It's
Mhm.
their kind
Really?
of standard. It's their kind of standard PS2 and PS4 thing. Where are you done, Ryan? By the way,
I got a couple games left, but you can explain it.
I'll just unpresent you for the moment then.
Sure.
But it's their standard PS2 on PS4 thing where they just put it up to 1080p and they add trophies. But
Okay.
apparently, some people are kind of more into that than the PS3 versions because the PS3 versions used like graphical filters and stuff like that. So it wasn't completely accurate to the original games. I didn't really experience that, but apparently that's a thing. But,
Is it just the first game or is it the trilogy?
Yeah, it's the first. It's the first game on PS4. They
Okay.
are doing a collection. There's been no like physical box shown, or release date, or price, or anything. But we know it's coming,
Okay.
and it's the original 3 games and Jack X Racing. I'm really happy about that last one, and I hope they do online because that's a really fun game actually.
Okay.
But I will represent you now.
Sure. And then
How is that different than the PS3 version? Sorry.
1080p versus 720p, and no graphical filters, so it's more accurate than the original versions.
Okay.
Maybe
Thanks.
some other improvements. Anyway, go ahead.
All right.
And well, I'll show this real quick. So I picked this up in Barrie for my buddy Brad, but he at the same time when I bought this, he also bought it himself on eBay because someone, of course, tells you to look for something. But actually, after talking with Miles about it, I kind of was interested. Where I haven't seen this ever really in stores, so I'm gonna keep this copy of River City Tokyo Rumble.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna keep that.
You sure you don't want to sell it to me?
Yeah, I
You get back to me.
started
Don't decide now. Think it over.
Okay,
So who got the better deal, you or him?
I'm kind of happy about it. He bought a used copy, but he's like, "Oh, I got a keychain that came with it." I'm like, "Whatever." I was
Freaking
like,
keychain.
I actually when he told me, I was like, you know what? Because I was gonna seek this out after, giving him a copy. This was gonna be added to my, because I'm pretty happy with my 3DS collection. I didn't think
Okay.
there's anything else I really want besides that Metroid game coming up for the 3DS, where I actually have another game now that I really want for the 3DS. So, that's one thing. But he still traded me a few games that for Mr. Nuts that I got from Eric. So I picked up a few games. I said,
Wait a minute. So you bought Mr. Nuts and then you traded it to him for stuff?
yeah, because he's got a pile of games that are set aside for me that I'm gonna be picking up eventually from him. So we're just
Okay.
it's like a working off the debt kind of like thing eventually, where we'll do trades and I'll work off my debt with trades. So I get Punisher for the NES.
Nice.
I got Non-Tension Gauntlet license.
Nice.
Now the label's a little F in this one, but it's okay because I'm becoming less of a label snob for my NES games. But Superman and Battle of Olympus.
Nice.
So
Is that a hard one to get?
Oh, that game, I just really enjoy that
You
game.
like it? Okay.
I'll have to try that out somehow.
It's a Zelda 2 clone.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
But no, it's like I said, like I have more, and eventually I'll just keep working off that list, from
Cool.
him. So
Did you give him Mr. Nuts
yes,
yet? Okay.
Yep.
Has he tried it out? It works okay?
yes, but yeah. So that's my pickups.
Very cool.
Anyone else?
Well, I have one pickup, but I don't have it here, so can I just tell you what it is?
Sure.
I got my Wonder Boy limited run arrived,
that's right.
Nice.
and it came in the with the Sega Master System art facing out, which I was pleased about, but I opened it anyway. So
Anyway, actually, speaking of stuff that I can't actually show, but I'll say I picked up. Obviously, Uncharted: Lost Legacy has not arrived. It was supposed
Unfarted?
to. Uncharted.
No, unfarted.
Yeah. Anyway, did I say that?
No.
Okay.
wait,
good.
did you say it did arrive or it didn't?
Didn't.
You didn't
It was-
get it, so you're
It
gonna
was
get your money
supposed to, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna hopefully, yeah. But because they didn't give me the option for 2-day shipping, it's just 1 day or nothing, and
back? Hmm.
irritating. But I also picked up, obviously, the pre-order code for that Jack and Daxter, so I played that a little bit. It plays really well. There are a couple little issues that could be patched out by the time the full set gets released, but it's not much. Like a little bit of slowdown, a little bit of texture clipping, but nothing really noticeable. And could just be because it's a PS2 game. But I also picked up Odin Sphere, however the hell you say that word, life something.
That's a
I understand
weird
what you mean.
subtitle.
Yeah,
Which system?
PS4. I picked it the digital copy. 'Cause
Oh,
it was on
okay.
sale. Obviously, clarify
How-
that.
Yeah, was that you who tweeted about it?
No,
Somebody tweeted about it.
I think P1 picked it up as well. I don't know if he tweeted about it.
How much was it?
In Canada, it was about $25
Yeah, okay. Okay, thanks.
on Prime. Not Prime. Plus. Whatever. Amazon brain. But I'm actually, since it is after when they say it'll be delivered by, I need to go check to see if that actually did arrive and it didn't update, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Move on from pickups at this point, though, obviously. Okay, I'll be right back.
So, Eric, have you played your Wonder Boy yet?
I have. I've played. So I started it on the normal level and went through the first two areas. I don't want to spoil anything. I went through the.
Sure.
Do you guys know the game? I went through the first two areas, and then I realized there was a hard, and so I restarted the game on hard, which is a pain because there's a timer, and it seems to go fast. The timer never resets. I've heard it's 25 seconds, but then they patched it to 30, and I'm not sure if the patch has been released yet or not. So it's either 25 and I haven't timed it. So it's either 25 or 30 seconds. It takes off a chunk of your life. And that's really hard to deal with at the beginning stages because you can't spend any time dilly-dallying because you don't have enough life, and so that means you can't always collect the coins, which then you can't use the coins to buy the upgrades that you need. So I died quite a few times in the first area until I could get enough, but now it's becoming a little easier. So yeah, the short answer is yes, I've started playing it.
Cool.
It's good. I like it. I've always enjoyed it.
My only experience with that is that night that I was playing it.
You were playing it on the Master
Months
System,
ago.
right?
Yeah.
It was Rocket who just bought it complete. So you have the game, correct?
I don't.
Where did you
I don't
play
yet.
it?
I was playing the Master System version. I'm sorry, I have a loose copy on the Master System.
That's what I meant. Okay, so you do. Okay, yeah, I didn't recall you playing it on an emulator or anything. You have the Master System cartridge, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got that in at Midwest.
It's worth. I can't. I think it's a really good game. Even just objectively, it may be a little bit dated, but I'd recommend it. Not the HD remake. I mean, just if you have the Master System version, play that. Passwords are a little annoying, but the HD remake's nice too. Nice graphics.
Well, the fact that passwords carry over is
Yeah.
kind of awesome.
Well, and you don't need the password for. I don't know when it saves. Ryan, have you figured out when Wonder Boy saves? Does it only save if you go back to the password guy, or does it just save automatically?
It saves
Periodically?
automatically. It's just, I think if you want to transfer then your save over to the Master System port, go to that guy.
Okay, but you don't need to go to him to have it save.
No.
You can just turn it off. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then I opened Journey, but we haven't started playing that yet.
I need to get a copy of that.
Yeah.
Is it pricey? I haven't even looked.
I don't know. I bought mine years ago when GameStop was unloading a bunch of. They were talking about the Jack and Daxter collection. I went to GameStop. They were doing a sale one time, and they were unloading all these PS3 compilation games. And I got Journey, and I got Ratchet and Clank, and I got Jack and Daxter, and I
Nice.
think I got Sly Cooper. I got all these, trilogy.
Yeah, the collections.
It was fantastic. Yeah, it was a really good deal.
I'm kind of after those. 'Cause I'd love to get them, and then I can just get rid of the PS2 versions.
Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm getting close to doing that myself.
I got a couple of them, but I'm pretty sure I still trying to remember which ones I didn't have.
Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. That's the other one.
Yeah, I've got. I don't think I have that either. My PS3 collection's actually pretty small compared to other collections. You'd think it'd be more numerous in the games, but
Yeah.
I really don't see them out in the wild that often, to tell you the truth. Like when I'm in
PS3.
yeah, I see like Xbox 360 a lot, but all the stuff I see is just like common stuff, like nothing worth picking up or new to me kind of thing. But
Right.
PS3, even that, if I do see it, it'll be like copies of Little Big Planet, and that's about it. Which, interestingly enough, is the reason why I bought a PS3.
For Little Big Planet.
Yeah, I played it at a friend's house, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, I could see that being a. Damn.
Like I was blown away by it when I saw it back in the day.
Did you guys? Can you guys still hear me? Or did I lose
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
No, we
That's all
can.
good.
Internet
I'm
Explorer
listening to you.
completely froze up, so I can't. I can't see anything. I can.
Well,
hear
that
you
was
guys.
your fault for using Internet Explorer.
I know.
What have you learned?
I've learned that every time I tell somebody I've been using Internet Explorer, they yell at me, and they tell me I should be using Chrome. And I do use Chrome at work. I just don't use it at home yet. I don't know if I've got it installed even. Something
Jeez,
came
man, that
back.
thing sounds like a real process there that you're going through to get that clock going.
Well, the clock works. I just want it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't get this out of here.
We're not planning on shaking it around, are you?
Just want to get this thing out.
Let's see what it actually is.
Yeah,
wanna-
let's see if it's
I wanna
actually a
see what
battery or
happens.
something.
When you press the button.
I pressed it, but like I didn't get any real noise. I don't know. Maybe because it's not set up on. I don't have time to wait like an hour for.
Man, my Xbox is still not. Still not.
Speaking of Xbox,
What?
So
Uh,
earlier tonight, as of about 7 o'clock, every time I tried to launch anything, it goes to the splash screen for that thing, and then it quits.
Is this Xbox One?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. Their Xbox
Yeah,
Live
me
is
too.
having a problem launching games.
Yeah. So it is
So-
happening.
We can thank, the notion that everything has to be, authenticated with a remote server to launch a game even for that.
Do you know what doesn't have problems launching games? My Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought you were going to say NES and I was going to stop you right there, but
Actually,
because
I
that
don't have
thing,
any problem with NES.
no, I occasionally do.
I know how to fix that. The
You
loose
blow
pin
into it.
and all that.
You blow into it, right?
Well, no, and I occasionally
Boil
get
the pin connector.
the what? Oh,
Boil
boil
the
it.
pin connector.
You get down on your knees, right? Put your
And if
mouth.
it's- if it's really
put your
bad,
mouth
I'll
right
bend-
on
I'll
it
bend
and
the
start
pin
blowing
back.
away, man.
I don't even know how that became a thing, but everybody seemed to do that. I mean,
Someone
I don't
told
think
me
there was-
it worked.
I don't remember how I knew to do that as a kid because I don't remember ever talking about it with anybody, but maybe I saw somebody do it and then copied them. I'm not sure.
Blowing into the cartridge?
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh.
like people. I don't remember people talking about it.
I thought it was just a natural sort of, hey, it must be dusty in there. Let's just blow the dust out.
Yeah,
I
Maybe.
don't know. I don't know where that came from either, but yeah, I've been doing that for years.
Blowing on the
Some-
cartridge.
Mhm.
someone in this hangout that's wearing a green shirt needs to send me their address because they didn't do it last
yeah.
time we spoke.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll just do that.
Yeah,
You can just send me what you want for it if you want anything.
Musty Josh is saying that Xbox Live is down at the moment.
Yeah. Well, they responded to the tweet that I jumped in on. It's just weird that there are other people who are in and doing things, but then there's me who can't launch a game.
I think they're targeting you specifically.
I know.
They're jealous.
It's like now I have an elite controller. I got this elite controller now. and
That's true.
I can't be elite.
That sucks.
They saw your video with getting that controller and how excited you were, and now they're like, "Screw you, you get nothing."
You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. That was from Bill. So Ryan, you were going to say something about Xbox.
I was to say, so they have this talk for the Xbox One X, and they keep saying it's for a different kind of market, right? Or they're saying it's for
It's your technophiles.
No, yeah, but that's what were they trying to say though about it? That it's like for a different,
what is it, like porn?
Demographic.
They're saying it's for a special class at E3, right? Where like this is a premium, right? This is a
this is not your casual gamer machine.
Yeah, and by when I hear that, to me, like it just with their because they announced the official date on it or whatever pre-orders on Sunday, right? For it, that. Do they think this is not gonna sell? It's when they say that this is for a different class.
Justify the price tag.
Yeah,
I think that's the most of it. Is they were trying to soften the impact of a $500 console by telling you up front you're paying for a premium experience that you can't get anywhere else.
Plus, a little reverse psychology probably doesn't hurt there. Like, oh no, this is for the premium player. This isn't for you guys.
Well, I'm a premium player.
I'll show them. I'll buy their $500 system. That'll teach them.
I'll stick it right to them.
Yes, exactly. I don't know if that's really what's going on, but it's kind of like, it softens the blow, but it also kind of acts as like a sort of a reverse psychology. Well, this is for the premium player.
What really makes it better? Like, is it just the outputs in 4K or something? And
it's the horsepower under the hood.
What's the difference? You're playing a game. You're playing the game. If they have to make them for the original Xbox One or whatever they call it, we'll call that now.
Yeah, I mean they've got the Xbox One.
Yeah, the first Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But whatever, like if you're buying a game and it's for that system, it has to work on both of them. So what more are you possibly getting out of it?
There's a separate patch that opens up the 4K modes from what
So that's what you're paying for is 4K.
Aren't you paying for 4K at 60 frames per second?
No, it's not.
Not 60.
They can lock the frame rate and your resolution may. Like you might do 1086. I have intentionally not paid attention to a lot of this. I didn't even watch the Gamescom stuff this week, except that Jurassic World Evolution trailer, which actually looks pretty cool, and is just Operation Genesis. But
I want to talk about that Shenmue trailer.
What's up? Let's talk about it.
So is there any more on the? I don't want to derail the conversation.
No, you're fine. I don't have anything more to say on it unless you are paying for this 4K update, and so if you don't, there's supposed to be benefits to it for non 4K TV owners, but
I'll tell you this though. I don't mean to derail it, but this is kind of leading into it. When they were announcing, so I went to GameStop because I saw GameStop offering $200 with credit towards an Xbox One X.
Yeah, but for
So I'm like, okay. So I look at it, can't find any real details at it. So I wait till I got home and I looked, and sure enough, there's two articles that were related to it on GameStop's page. And when I click the find out how to get $200 credit with trading in your original Xbox One towards your Scorpio or whatever, your Xbox One X. So I did it, and it only is really that's not even the S. The S gets the Xbox One S gets you $150 credit.
Yeah.
The original Xbox One gets you $100 credit towards it. The Switch will get you $200 credit towards it.
Yes.
So they're
the $300 Switch will get you 200 credits.
So they're kind of misleading you on GameStop's website about that. So, but if you click the first one that actually showed up on my phone when I looked to do it, all the things that get you $200 credit or for a Switch, the line is long. You know, it's like we'll give you $200 for your PS4, your original Xbox One. They'll do it for your 3DS. We'll do it for your Wii U. If you're trading towards the Switch, and I'm like, okay, but like, so I guess I don't. You can't play that game because you still have to pay $100 for that Switch. Then,
Yeah.
but to say you can't do that and then trade the Switch in for the $200, you're gonna be losing out. But like,
Yeah.
if they were offering $200 for the Xbox One and the original 3DS, it was also a new 3DS, new 2DS, and regular 3DS was going to get you 3DS XL was going to get you $200 credit towards the Switch. I have a spare 3DS XL, and I would trade my Xbox One and my 2DS, or not my 2DS, my 3DS XL, and pay $100 for an Xbox One X. But since that's not a thing, I'll stick with my Xbox One.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I know I was kind of all over the place there, but I was a little disappointed after seeing that where what $200 credit can get you towards the Switch can't get you, shit for an Xbox One X.
Oh, right.
Just having to get rid of one of my primary consoles for 3 months just doesn't make sense. Like I get that it's a good deal, but then for two, like you could make one of two arguments. One, you could be like, well, there's nothing to play on it anyways.
True.
Which is kind of true. And then there's, the play everything else you've got for 2 months and deal with it.
See, I could live for 2 months, but like, because knowing I would get like the better version of the games that I have, like I think they're promising some of these games are going to get the patches that they're going to run better, and they're going to play better. So I'm like, okay, that's one of the things that kind of makes me want to get a PS4 Pro is that they have the enhancement mode on the Pro, which will make your old games that kind of have like frame rate troubles will play better because of this mode. And one of the prime examples that I saw playing Evil Within, I think IGN did a test showing it off. They showed the PS4 version, which in the very opening scene, the frame rate drops pretty heavily on the PS4, but on the Pro, it's smooth all the way through. It's consistent. It was a feature that they built into it. It's not something that was patched. It's something that they use the additional RAM and power in the console to make the games run better. So, it's not something the companies did, when making their game. It's something Sony built in to, to help. And to me that's more. I don't have a 4K TV yet, but that makes me want to trade towards, to get a PS4 Pro eventually. That's what I'm building up all that credit eventually, maybe to get to do is to trade it in. But
you don't think it'll work that way with the Xbox One X?
I don't think they've said that yet. I think they've just said that it would be patched. It's not a feature that's built into the Xbox One X. It's something that they said their games will be patched, or you'll get a 4K patch.
I thought that, and you're sure that's not true for the PS4? That it didn't require patches? I thought they did require patches.
There are 4K patches. But for making it run better, that's a feature that comes built into the PS4.
All right.
Xbox One, I haven't heard them announce it yet. I might have missed it. I'm not, I'm not the diehard Microsoft fan, so I can't confirm it. I just don't remember them announcing anything at E3 that has a feature like that built in.
Okay.
But you know how these consoles work these days, that they're basically identical clones of each other.
Yeah.
When one does something that works, the other one will copy.
Yeah.
We can think of Netflix one that was free on PS4 or on PS3, but you had to pay for it for on Xbox. Oh,
the paywall.
Yeah. Whatever works for one company, the other company will shortly, follow right after.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was interested. I was interested until I saw that the trade value was shit.
Yeah, I was going to mention before. You got to, every time I see the words up to, that's your warning sign. And because it said, the one I saw said get up to $200. And I knew right away that my crappy Xbox One, which is a 500 gigabyte non-S version, wasn't going to be getting nearly $200. And that was true. It was only going to get me $100. And I think that's the normal trade-in right now anyway for that system. With Power Up Reward Plus, which is what I have.
So it's just fancy marketing for something that they were going to offer you already?
Yeah, for the most part, at least for my system. Now, it's possible that other more desirable systems would have a slight advantage for when you trade it in than the regular credit. But in my case, I'm not going to get anything extra for it. They don't want my Xbox One. It's too old.
Well, I've got my day one. And
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I will keep the controller, although all it has is some letters printed on it.
Yeah.
But I would trade in mine for an S.
Yeah, I've thought about doing it, which is why, I keep looking. By the way, if you trade it in without a controller, you're not going to get even $100.
Well, I have a second controller.
Yeah, you'd have to
I would
give it a
trade in
different.
with
Okay.
the second controller, and then I would still have my Elite and my day one.
You can also keep your box. They don't give a shit about your box here. If you kept your
Yeah,
box,
I messed up once and
They
traded
just throw it
in.
away. They just throw it away
I shouldn't have done that.
because then they put it in their fancy GameStop box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of my. I may put it into storage at some point, but I'm not getting rid of that box. For one of the weirdest midnight events that I've ever been to.
This was your Xbox One?
Yeah.
What was weird about it?
So my GameStop is inside the mall, so there's no exterior door. And all the lights were off in the mall. The mall was basically empty and quiet and dark, except for the light coming from inside GameStop. I don't know, no one was talking to each other. It seemed like everyone was there. It was like an obligation, and people were just there.
Don't talk to me. Shut up.
Yeah, just very. It was almost on the verge of grumpiness and stuff like that. It was cold. It might have been rainy.
Are these the employees you're talking about, or the other people in line?
Everybody, just
Really?
everyone standing out in the darkness of the mall.
They're all scalpers.
They just all seemed really upset about, or just sort of grumpy at the world.
That's
So
too
weird.
bad.
It was weird. There wasn't a lot of joy. It was almost like the fact that we were in the dark mall. Like I walked out of there with my keys sticking out between my knuckles.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those kind of nights.
Did you pre-order?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did, and then I paid it down over the span of 4 or 5 months between when they announced it.
Yeah.
It was 6 months between when they announced it, because they announced it in May at that event.
Was this? Where'd you pre-order? Oh, you said GameStop, right?
Yeah, it was GameStop. But
Freaking GameStop.
PlayStation's one was the PS4 one was all right. I mean, there's a lot of happy people. I didn't know anybody, so I didn't say anything to anybody. But I ran into.
Was that the week before?
Yeah,
That was the week before, right?
I ran into the PlayStation rep for the state, and I've known her because I've went to grade school with her son, so I've known her forever. But I didn't see her in a long, probably 10 years. So running into her again was great time, and just talking with her for a little bit because she was reporting. She was just taking pictures of the event and everything, reporting it back to Sony, and then Nintendo's one was a lot of fun too. I think everyone's just really excited because even the employees are like let's let's all just be really cool, because we all know everyone, even us want to go home and play Zelda tonight. So let's, they're like you can connect to the Wi-Fi here, so you can update it in the store, so you don't have to worry about getting home to update everything, because they wouldn't let us leave the building until officially midnight. So,
But
So,
they
like,
sold you your systems, and you could open them up and start updating.
yes, but you couldn't leave the building until officially midnight.
Oh,
That's
not,
like really strange.
yeah,
Yes,
I've never heard of that.
PlayStation, on the other hand, let us leave out the door at 10 o'clock because they went by Atlantic time. They said 10 o'clock. This is midnight on the Atlantic coast. You're good to go. So $10, 10 o'clock, doors open, and people went home.
They went by Atlantic time, huh?
Yep.
That's not even a U.S. time zone.
They figured it was good enough. I
That's-
walked to the door at 10 o'clock, so
Okay.
I was happy about that. That was nice.
Right? There's no one in the U.S. on Atlantic time.
Hmm.
Eastern
No,
time is
there's
it,
not.
right?
Not. What about Maine? What about Maine? Is Maine on that time?
I thought they
Maine
were
is
Eastern.
Oh.
Only way out by Sean is
I was fine with it though. So,
no. I get you. It's the whole North American continent, I guess.
well, I didn't leave exactly at 10 because I talked to Jan for a minute, just catch up with her, because she's got the coolest job in the world. And I ran into her recently, and she told me she's gonna be retiring next year because she'll have, I think, 21 years at Sony or something like that. And she's like, she's just gonna wants to get one more year out of them. But now suddenly I was like telling her, I was like, let me know when you retire so I can be your replacement, because she's the only one. Her job is great. They fly her out to PSX, and I guess if she wants to go to E3, they'll fly her out to E3, but she has to work a booth then. Watch over people, make sure no one steals like controllers or something like that. So, but still, it's like I remember she used to hand out like PS2 demo discs, and she used to get games for free all the time. Because I remember that's how Mike would always have like games like months before everyone else, because we'd be like, oh, this is the new game that's coming out, and you go by his house and get to try it out.
There was a kid in my high school whose dad worked for Midway,
Oh yeah.
and he is a special character in NBA Jam.
Nice.
The kid or the dad?
No, his dad. His dad.
Was he? I'm trying to think of the other guys. Did it start up with like? No, that's the rookies. I was gonna say they're like versus the. I love the rookie team. The Sacramento Kings versus.
But no, yeah, he's in there. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are in there.
Scorpio and Sub-Zero.
Was Al
Randall-
Gore in there too?
Randall Cunningham.
Air Dog.
Wasn't the Bulls mascot or something there? Or was he in tournament?
Mascots came. I don't think the mascots were in the first. Are those in the tournament edition?
Might be in tournament edition.
I can't remember. It's a weird sounding alarm. Did you guys watch Girlfriends Versus yet?
Oh yeah.
No. I keep forgetting about it.
That was
I
great.
do want to watch it though.
Good
Troy, did you
job.
get that message on Twitter?
It was fun. What's that?
Troy, did you get the message on Twitter?
I haven't checked, but can't do much with it right now. Post office is closed, so
Yeah, and this,
my mouse would work here. Yeah.
and you can send me what you're looking for it if you want some money for it.
Cool.
So yeah, Melissa wants to try Contra now because it's entry level, you know.
That's right.
Actually, that might make me want to play my copy of it. So
Oh
another
yeah.
reason for me to watch it.
I think Contra's fantastic. I don't know. There were some. I don't remember who it was. There were some people who didn't care for it or weren't going to touch it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's classic.
No, it's an excellent game.
It's
I mean,
fantastic.
Yeah,
I like it better than the arcade version too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't. It's like, yeah, this is a video game. It's fine. When I played it a little bit when I got it,
Oh
but
yeah.
I didn't give it that much time. To be fair,
Oh man, I think it's just so great.
I
I
think
pull it out every time I pull out the NES.
I think I just need to maybe get rid of the hype I had behind the game and then just play it fresh.
Just play it, yeah. Just play it.
Yep.
Let it go up.
No, Curtis's editing on that whole thing, putting it together was fantastic.
Yeah, he does a great job. Yeah, and this stuff at the beginning was really funny, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Would definitely do it again if he asked.
Yeah, well, yeah. Melissa was a little envious that you guys got to play Contra.
Did he give you a script? I remember him telling. He might have told the Hangout that when he asked J-Rock to do it, that J-Rock basically read no lines for the script and basically did his own
No,
thing.
it was Dubious. Jay Dubious just went
right.
off the rails.
That's right.
Yeah. That's the one we were on, and he did the beginning skit was all scripted.
Collaboration.
I thought Jay Dubious did a great job anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's great to be part of that. I'm very happy with that.
How did the missus feel about being on the channel, being on YouTube?
She seems okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she. I mean, she was. I asked her, I'm like, do you want a code name? Do you want to be, Misty Hobbit or something?
Misty Hobbit, that or Missy Hobbit.
Yeah, some of the other options were less preferable, like Busty Hobbit or
What?
Lusty Hobbit.
Moisty Hobbit.
But come on, there's a line.
What?
And it's not
And
Busty
there
Hobbit.
it is.
Not Busty
You said
Hobbit.
Moisty
Oh man.
Oh, so I went over the line here.
Not over, but you certainly found it.
Yeah, I found
But
it.
no,
on the map.
Just like, yeah,
There it is.
Nailed it.
she's like, let's just roll with my name. I'm like, okay, you got it.
You got it. Yep.
Your gamer take sucks.
But no, she had a good time. Thankfully, we had. He had gone to his grandparents for the weekend, so we got to film that without distraction.
Hang on, I'll be back in a second.
When was it officially? When did you officially film it? Because I know you said it was
in March.
supposed to air.
It was in
okay.
March. The
You said it was
room
supposed
was
to air.
still. It may have been actually. When would that have been?
You said it was supposed to
Because
air,
my
air on
room
April
was
Fool's.
still organized where the games were against this wall. Because the bookshelf was cornered there. So that would have been before the TV caught on fire. Because it was a week after that I reshuffled this room. Yeah, it would have been late February. Maybe early. I don't remember. Might have been early February now that I think about it, because I think he had initially wanted to do it on April Fool's Day. But then I think he had laptop issues, and I think he ended up getting a new laptop and a whole bunch of other stuff going on. But
He did say in the video that they lost their footage of them playing Contra too.
yeah. Yeah, it kind of stinks when you have a show dependent on game footage and you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the alternative was a good move, because I don't know that them doing exactly what everyone else did would have made it made that any better. They probably had enough footage, considering they had 4 couples on top of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of which was Bill and Joe.
Yes. No, that was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I can't believe you got Bill and Joe to be on camera, especially Joe.
Joe is easing up. He was on Dollar Dorks previously.
It's true. Just won't he'll appear on everyone else's channel, just not STC's.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's Melissa said it was okay, but we've got his backyard in our video.
Mm-hmm.
His wife sees that, she's gonna know.
Hey, this looks familiar.
She's gonna be like, wait a minute. You got this whole secret life and you invited all these people over to our house? What the hell?
Wait, he kept the whole
for a couple of years, right? He's been doing this for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
There's 146. Yes.
There's what?
146 STC episodes.
Oh yeah. Do you think she doesn't know?
I think she knows about Transformers, right? Maybe Transformers and beer, because M has been over to record, right?
I don't know.
Been over to record. He's got a very he displays his stuff prominently. She, it can't be that she never. It's like, don't go into Daddy's den, right?
Oh
like,
yeah,
you stay out of there.
But do you remember? Did you ever listen to the early ones where he would? How did he do it? He would like hide he'd have somebody else pick up the boxes, or does anybody remember this? He hides the boxes so she doesn't know how much he orders.
I don't remember that.
No,
I remember.
That sounds familiar.
A couple months ago when she walked in on him and Bill recording, and he's like, "I'm just talking to Bill. See,
yeah.
There's Bill."
Yeah.
He's gonna love this He's gonna love this conversation because I believe Joe listens to these now.
Yeah. Well, we can all speculate on how he keeps it a secret.
It's part of the fun.
I'm just wondering because he said that they missed us by what, 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was unbelievable.
Replacing the beer bottles, or not the beer bottles, the cans, or
yeah.
Yeah, he restocked the fridge. He took down inventory and apparently his spy cam as well.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of effort.
This is elaborate.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch, she'll just have her own Twitter handle. It'll be like Mrs. Decepticon the whole time. Should be totally cool with it. Maybe not. I don't know.
What if he's married to M?
Well, we never seen. I didn't look at the pictures in the house, so you never know.
That's true. I didn't look.
But even M didn't get to park in the driveway.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. Well, they could have just said that to throw us off.
Either way,
to make Bill feel bad.
If you see some tweets liked by Starscream, we might have a clue there. That might have been a stretch for a Transformers joke.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
There's a happy Canadian Decepticon.
What's the other variation of the Decepticons? What's it? It's just the.
What do you mean other variation?
I mean, because it's the Decepticons and the what? Autobots. So it's happy Canadian Autobots or American Autobots. Everything's just the opposite.
Happy American Autobot. Nah, that sounds about right.
Well, conversation keeps winding down here.
Doesn't help that I keep playing a game.
It was interesting that first hour with the chat room.
I know what. So
yeah.
What is it that you think it's the name?
Maybe
it's the only thing I can
put Zelda in a stream name. Like,
yeah, you're doing a stream on the 30th anniversary of Zelda with the title Zelda 30th. People are going to find that.
This is the 30th anniversary of Zelda. I thought Zelda came out in
Yeah.
'86.
Today,
In Japan.
U.S. it was today, 87.
It was today. Wow.
Today,
I didn't see anything about that on Twitter. All I saw was stupid
because
NES
everyone
Classic
was
stuff.
all preoccupied.
It's true.
That's insane. Okay, so today's the 30th anniversary of the Zelda release in the U.S. All
Yeah,
right.
and to celebrate it, they're pissing everyone off with Super Nintendo Classics.
Wow, I'm gonna like search for that. I had no idea. I didn't see a single. Watching it a lot today.
Yeah.
Did Nintendo do anything about it?
Nah.
I don't know. I actually didn't find out about it until one of the people who was here earlier in the chat is back in the day gamer. I think I mentioned
Yeah.
it before.
Mhm.
He did a quick video, like 4-minute video, when he realized that today was that day, and I only knew because I saw that in my playlist. I was like, then I looked it up, and yeah, there's a number of tweets on it. I'm trying to find one that's like actually U.S. Gamer. Says U.S. Gamer Net. Said it too. But only 5 hours ago. So it's like no one realized till late in the day.
Pulling a Metroid, but for Zelda. Completely ignoring it. So I wonder what 2 Zelda games are going to get announced next year.
Do you think that'll really happen?
No.
Triforce Heroes 2 and
I was also making a joke about like a little web comic I saw where like Samus was with somebody and someone was like, "What? Why did you get 2 games?" It's like Nintendo forgot the 25th anniversary last year,
Yeah.
so I got 2 games.
Well, I think somebody said they maybe thought they would have it in time for the anniversary, but then the schedule slipped, so they just
Yeah.
decided to say nothing.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
It
know.
made for a funny comic though.
Yeah, no, I know. I am hopeful, very hopeful that. Actually, I don't know why. I got enough stuff to play, but I would like it if Metroid Prime 4 came out next year.
I still need to play 3 all the way through.
I can't
Yeah.
even remember the date that I predicted.
Well, hopefully Derek's got it written down somewhere.
I can remember mine.
You do?
Yeah, April 4th, 2024.
What? Okay, 2024. Okay. Well, I hope it doesn't take 7 more years.
So do I, but still.
But still, that's the date you're going with. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Because if it does happen,
Come
I'll
out
be
on
the one
the,
that said it.
The Nintendo Switchback or something.
the what?
I don't know. You think the Switch will still be going strong in 7 years?
No.
It'll be on to something else.
the new Switch.
The
If
Swatch.
yeah, the new Switch. Oh, God help us all. The Switch XL.
The
It might-
switcheroo.
It'll be an updated version. Maybe it won't be called the Switch, but I think they're gonna stick with this format from now on.
It'll be wrist mounted and it'll be called the Swatch.
No, it'll be an XL and it'll be like bigger than the original Xbox.
Swatch XL.
The Nintendo switcheroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, switcheroo.
That's what I was going for.
There'll be something in the Switch family. Yeah, let's see. They're if I dare say, without getting everybody all irked, their portables have a pretty good lifespan on them.
Yeah.
They haven't had a bomb portable yet, right?
No,
Unless
which is
you have the
another
Virtual
reason to
Boy.
consider the Switch a portable.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't consider. Well. Yeah, as long as you don't consider the Virtual Boy portable, It is a
No, I
does
don't.
have the
It's true.
I do consider the Switch to be. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I still think Vintage didn't lose that bet. I'll say that much.
I say he did because it was marketed as console.
It was.
hmm
Which marketing was that?
When they announced it,
Okay.
Nintendo's new home console.
Is that what it said?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
In the original announcement trailer.
Because I'm thinking of the announcement video, and
that's-
all I saw was them playing it portably.
Yes, but I believe they announced it as a console, so that's why I think
All right.
that's why NES Complex and their reunion show was. I think.
Did that come out?
Well, I think it's the one that was it Richard couldn't make. I think that's when they squared the bet on that one for the Fandango. Was like the reunion where it was just Mars, Vintage, and Complex.
Oh no, I thought
They-
they were coming out with a whole new retro rejects.
They were. I think they filmed it at. I think they filmed it at Vintage's house
Okay.
because I saw him on the
is it
couch.
gonna
And
be a geek peek? Do you
I
think?
don't know. I think they're gonna record something at his house. That's what it was. I think. I know that it could have been Geek Speak because I saw him on the couch, but instead retro rechecks.
This was it during Game On?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. But that hasn't come out yet, has it?
No.
Oh, I found a channel that has been uploading old Retro Liberty videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where'd they get them?
I
Must
assume
have
that
downloaded
they pulled them down
Off
before.
of what was that other site?
Vimeo,
Not Vimeo. Something with a B, I think.
Buns.
That was just idiotic.
Well, what's the channel called?
It's called Retro Liberty Tribute.
Hmm.
It is a
Let me
non-profit.
check it out.
Yeah, the
I
guy's
would-
got like 10 subscribers, but he's got like episodes 1 through like 50 something up there, and all the reviews when they were doing those.
Oh, here it is.
yeah.
He's got 10 subs.
I've got
Yeah.
up to 23 downloaded.
Yeah, he's got well beyond that.
It says here he's got like 100 videos. No.
Mhm.
Is that right? Oh, yeah. Wow.
I think that's a little sketchy, really, even if they're not monetized or whatever.
It might be Wood from Beat 'em Ups.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
you
know.
would
I mean,
advertise it or something. No?
well, that's the thing is like I don't know how much word has gotten out. I mean, there's only 10 subscribers. Not that there's going to be. I assume that he uploaded them all and then turned the channel on.
Yeah.
So to me,
Stuff's been up there for a month.
yeah. And some of them have like very few views.
Oh, yeah.
That's because I've already seen them all.
2 views.
Well, yeah. Like there's
Already
a guy,
seen
there's a
most
guy
of
I know who I saw him like a couple of them, and I was like, "Where's he getting those?" And so I went in and I saw it. I was just like, "This is great!" Like
This is
I
great.
almost want to pull it off of that to have my own copies of it,
Yeah.
or burn them to DVD or something. You know?
It's unbelievable. They got fewer
Yeah.
views than my stuff.
There you go.
There you go. You're bigger than Retro Liberty.
I'm bigger than Retro Liberty. Woo! Man, he grew fast.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed.
Well, they were in their third video. They're talking about that. Like they gained like 50 subs in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. That's remarkable. I mean, he went on YouTube and a year later he's on a panel at PRGE. That is impressive.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we should just set up a panel at Barry Game Exchange so Musty can be on it.
So we can be on a panel.
Just,
Oh, I don't need to be on a panel.
you need to be on the panel.
I do not.
We got to get Musty on a panel.
Yeah, Musty needs to be on a panel.
We can
He's
talk
the,
about-
he's the prettiest Cartridge Club member. That includes the girls. So he has to be on a panel.
Not handsome, pretty.
I liked your joke in your intro. I guess I won't spoil the joke.
Well, it's
I
funny.
found it.
It's funny
timely because you recorded that months ago, but we were just talking about it.
Well, yeah, that is funny. Well, and Kevin gave me feedback, and I may be changing things up a little bit with that.
Well, I
Specific.
noticed you changed it in your last video.
Yeah.
Hadn't
I
you
did.
already changed something there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not as much of a spiritual experience anymore.
Yes, that's right. A little more down to earth. Oh yeah. Now I'm finally seeing your Turtles toys there. For some reason, I had FitNet on the big screen the whole time, and I was just like,
That's
"Oh, that's right."
unfortunate.
Yeah. It's all up on the shelf there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's crowded.
Yeah, your space has really changed since your first videos.
But yeah, I mean, I was in a different room entirely from way back in the beginning. But yeah, getting rid of that other CRT was a smart move. It was getting crowded.
I wish I had a place to set mine up.
Yeah, part of me just wants to use this 14-inch one though.
Yeah,
Like the image on it's fantastic.
play Little Duck Hunt, Little Safari Hunt.
Yeah. But I need something like what Hodge did. Like
What's that? What did he do?
Residential areas.
He's got that big like multi-spot entertainment center where he has everything plugged in, wires are masked, and the lighting is really pretty impressive. There's a picture on the forums in like a just for fun like game room show off.
What were you talking about? I missed that.
Hodge.
Oh, okay.
There's a question from Miles on the chat. How old is that?
That must be new. Yes, Miles is here.
Yay!
Top 3 wants
Jump
list.
in, Miles.
Top
get in
3
here.
wants list. Go.
You know, I'm going to trademark that little go thing. No,
You
I don't
should.
get to.
I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead.
No, there's no way I could actually keep that trademark. I'm in bed. Okay, even better.
Perfect.
Hop in here.
Come
What are you talking about? This is crazy.
on, everybody has a camera.
We
pointed
shared a
at their
house
bed these
together,
days.
man. What thing? The go. Saying go. You know, like what we do in the Q-Dog house. 5 minutes. Go. All right. You guys want to do 3 top games on your want list? Musty, go.
Well, and Shinobi. Those will finish my Tengen.
That's it? That's right. That's it. That's all you
Those are
need.
the only 2.
Okay.
And then, man,
Come on. Let's pick a Sega game. It's the year of Sega. Dreamcast.
I know I'm trying.
Master System.
I don't know.
Do you have Shenmue?
Wants list for what, by the way?
Oh,
Just in
Games.
general?
Top 3
he didn't
games on your
clarify.
wants
Oh, no,
list.
he did games.
Nothing at the top of my head.
Oh, Miles.
Everyone's saying Power Stone is good.
Or maybe it's
Yeah,
games.
that's a
It
good
is.
one for sure.
It's one of the few that I know is between 50 and 30 on this CC Sega Master List.
Yeah, when's the next episode coming out? It's been like 3 weeks.
It's been longer than that, yeah. Yeah, Splatfest is over. Does P1 watch these things?
When Musty tells him what parts where they're watching.
All right. If P1 is watching this, Rocket wants you to do the next videos.
I only have enough money for 30 games.
Oh, yeah. I was just busting his chops. I thought that amused me anyway. What 30 games should I buy? I only have money for 30 exactly. All right.
So I don't mean to change the subject, but I opened it up and it's not a battery. It's the cover over the speaker because there's a speaker right here in the back.
Yeah.
And apparently this piece goes over the speaker here, but it doesn't lock in. I'm afraid to push it hard in there. I might have to get some like super glue and put it in there or something.
So it wasn't a coin.
No, but it's like shaped like the size of a nickel or something.
Yeah.
But it goes over the speaker for the alarm here.
Okay.
The alarm might be busted, but it works as a clock.
You should just send it to Jared. He'll turn it into a Genesis.
All right. Does anybody else want to do their top 3 games? Or?
Okay, fine. I'll do top 3. Just keep it going here. All right. So I'm going to say Chrono Trigger, the Super Nintendo version, Intelligent Cube on PlayStation 1, and Minish Cap on GBA.
What happened with Intelligent Cube? I thought I saw that at Barry.
Yeah, it was price too high for me.
Was that Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had 75 on it. I'm more like, I would probably I didn't want to insult him by offering him like 60 or something for it, so I just didn't bother.
Yeah, okay.
Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. I want.
Which ones did you get at Barry?
I got that one, but for the PlayStation, I want the Japanese Saturn version.
You got some Japanese Saturn fighters, didn't you?
I got X-Men versus Street Fighter, and I got what we call it, Darkstalkers 2.
Oh yeah,
Japanese version.
Okay. All right. So what do you want? Marvel versus Capcom?
Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter for the Japanese Saturn.
Yeah.
I want Die Hard Arcade. I'm gonna say
I want that too.
And I'm gonna say I would like to get, if I could find it, and I know for sure that it is. I want Revenge of Shinobi, but I want the first version where it's got Godzilla, Spider-Man, and Batman in it, and Rambo.
You guys are killing me. I've been looking for that for years.
I've been looking for it for a while too. The guy who I know who is in charge, or he's on the board for Midwest Gaming Classic, he sent me a whole like layout, but it's so in depth to find. Without the easy way to do it is just to play the game and see what it is, because you can go right away and find it. There's no
way to do it without putting the cartridge in, is there?
That's the easy way to do it. There's so many like little variations.
By physically inspecting the cartridge, you can tell.
Yes, but it's like not
box art, like the text on the backside of the case.
The guy who me and you were standing next to, because we were inspecting it, he said if there had multiple languages on it, it was a revision. Dead giveaway for a revision, meaning it's not the first version of the game.
What do you mean multiple languages?
Well, we were in Canada, so it had French on it too. Okay. But so he said if it has multiple languages on it, it was a revision. So he said that it's not the version that has Spider-Man and Rambo and Godzilla and Batman.
There was a guy there at Barry who said it was like $100 and some, and he said it was. I said, you know, and he said, yeah, it's the first one.
It's not that much worth of much of a game.
Well, he had it for a lot because I guess he knew that
you just have to know which one it is. I mean, if you have it, it's still like the same price. It's just harder to find.
But you have to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking maybe I'd like to look for it at PRGE and maybe see if I could work out a thing where I could tell the guy, look, here's some collateral. I'm going to go over to the free play area. I'm going to plug it in, and if it's the version I want, I'm going to buy it. But I don't know if they'll do that.
Give him a shoe. Be like, here's my shoe.
Here's my shoe.
I can't leave the place without it.
I need or maybe I should get a Nomad or something just to try it at the tables.
Go to the Nomad. You go to the guy who has the Nomad. Be like, here's my shoe. Give me the Nomad.
Give me the Nomad so I can check out this other game. Anyway, all right, those are good ones. Those are you guys are always listing off stuff I want too.
There's other stuff I want too, and Miles just mentioned it, like Dynamite Cop. There was a copy, but P-Mart had it, and I think I asked for like a cheaper price, and he wouldn't come down, so I put it back.
No. It's hard to work with sometimes with that.
Plus, he was overpriced too. He was
it's
not.
overpriced.
He was not even given. He was over the eBay price,
Oh, yeah.
over the America price. So I was like, no.
I think like on his copies of Earthbound, he puts like a $300 price tag on them.
Dude, that guy cut me the best deal of the day.
True,
Really?
For me.
True did, but
Who is this?
P Market.
Maybe
Oh,
he's
yeah.
sold on your hair or something.
The Dragon Quest 4.
Yeah.
So, Dynamite Cop is the successor to Die Hard Arcade. It's not the same game.
spiritual successor.
Okay, but it's not the same game, right?
In Japan, it technically is because it wasn't Die Hard Arcade on the Saturn.
It's Dynamite Deca, right?
Yeah, and then the sequel was Dynamite Cop.
Okay, but it's the sequel. Okay, so it's a sequel, though. It's not a remake.
No, the main character in Dynamite Deca isn't John McCain or McClane. It's whatever the character is in Dynamite Cop. So.
But even Dynamite Deca and Dynamite Cop are two different games.
No, yeah, but it's like that is like the sequel to.
It's the sequel. Okay.
So that's technically what it is. So.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah, I'm interested in those two.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else want to go? I guess it's just me and Fitnat. Did you finish, Troy?
Yeah.
Did you do all three? Okay. I don't remember what they were. What did you say yours? Huh?
Mine was Chrono Trigger, Intelligent Cube,
Oh, that's
and
right.
Minish Cap.
Minish Cap. Yeah. I got that recently too. I've been looking for that for a while.
I saw it at the show at the Barry Game Exchange, but the guy wanted way too much for it.
Was it loose?
It was loose too.
Yeah, I think I saw it too.
I was just like, no, I'm not doing that for it. Forget it. And he's another one of those guys that doesn't budge at all. Even though I've bought stuff from him and dealt with him before and given him killer deals on stuff, he still doesn't budge.
All right.
Karma.
You want to go, Fitnat, or you want me to go?
I totally haven't earned any karma points.
I don't have a list off the top of my head, so go ahead.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to start pushing Tetris Tengen Tetris up the list. Get that knocked off. That's one. I also want those other Tengen games, but I don't think they're high on the list. I don't know what else.
I wouldn't mind Fantasy Zone.
Revenge of Shinobi.
I'm not a big tension collector, but I wouldn't mind Fantasy Zone.
Well, get it for the Master System. It's better.
Really?
You don't have a Master System, do you?
No, Power Base Converter is definitely high on the list for Portland.
Yeah, get a Power Base Converter.
Speaking of which, booked my tickets today for it, so I bought my airplane tickets for it.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to work out hotel with some of these other guys?
Yeah, eventually. I know I was talking with Dean about it a little bit, so.
Okay.
I think Dean suggested even at Barry that we do the same one as previous. It worked out nice. We could unload our bag. You know, like if you filled up your backpack, you just walk right across the street, empty it, and come right back.
Yeah.
You could park there for free.
Yeah.
That's why
I think you should do that.
Only if you do a barbecue dog.
Yeah, well, Melissa did mention something about Thursday, doing something Thursday. Probably Friday we'll do the same thing we did last year.
Okay.
Pick up our passes, go get the fatheads, play in the arcade.
Should see if because right now if it's Kevin and Sarah, Dean, Rocket, and me, that's too many for one room.
Yeah.
But if like Curtis and Layla came,
okay,
that would even things out, right? Like you could get a room of 4 and a room of 3.
Try to trick Vintage to come again.
Yeah. Well, pester those guys.
Should.
Maybe I'll just add them. Maybe I'll just add them to the PRGE thread.
Say, all right, guys, we expect to see you all there. Yeah.
And we can just, they'll get installed.
Said you couldn't make it last year, but that you're an every other year guy now, so.
Yeah.
That's how you make it happen.
When is Portland this year?
October 20th.
Okay.
To 22nd.
That's not happening.
No.
I have a passport.
Still plenty.
Well, Sarah has just applied for hers, so there might be time.
I'm just a lot closer to Portland than I was to like Toronto. I could take a train.
Yeah. That's right.
No plane ticket price.
No ticket.
Is it Miles in the chat or is it Catherine?
They both were. They both were.
Okay.
I think it's Miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
I don't know what my third game would be. I got a couple of games. Let's go with
play
Tengen Tetris. You guys have to help me look for. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, not have to. I am requesting respectfully that you assist me in looking for Tengen Tetris.
Most certainly, sir.
I'm not asking you to bend the knee.
I can't find it around here anymore for a reasonable deal. Like I saw it at the show for 90. That's ridiculous.
There
It's
was
not
one
$90.
for 60, but it had a big like
Gash.
tape label on it and some scuff marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pilly and picky about that one just because it's such a. To
I mean,
me,
six,
it's just such a
60
fine-
for a mint copy is fine, I think.
Yeah, I
Canadian.
walked away from a $70 copy that had the manual. That might have been a mistake.
That with the manual, that's a pretty good deal, I guess. Was it good looking?
Yeah, I didn't. I told. I don't know if the guy was offended or not. I'm like, well, that's a reasonable price. It's just more than I want to spend
Yeah.
right now. I didn't want to pay 70 for it at the time. Regardless, I'm sure it was a fair price. It's just not what I wanted to spend at the moment on anything. So,
I mean, if you bought it on eBay here, it would end up costing you for the cart probably $80 or something like that.
yeah.
I think that's hard to say. Like when I priced mine out when I got it, it was 65. I think, but that was like years ago. Now,
Again, let me look it up.
It's like 55 US now, I think. Loose.
Tetris.
yeah, I got mine for like under $5. So
77 buy it now. 60 buy it now. 75 buy it now. I hate buy it nows.
So I just like to see what it's sold for on Price Chart.
Yeah.
plus
you-
one
Right
eBay
now.
and sold listing.
Or you can just look at sold listings on eBay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
I still have this story I've told a couple times of I was thrifting with a friend and we saw Tengen Tetris at a Value Village. And
Yeah.
I didn't know about that at the time. Neither did he really. He knew of it, but he didn't know which ones were rare. And I wasn't interested in picking that up at the time. And he wasn't sure. So he was like, oh, I'll leave it and I'll look it up and I'll come back. He, of course, looks it up when he gets home and finds out it's worth like $80. Goes back the next day and it's gone.
Yeah.
yeah.
That wasn't going to stay there long. Yeah.
No, of course not.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's going for about 60. I think I could get it on eBay for 60. Oh. All right.
I mean, when I saw it, I looked it up because I had no clue that it was worth that much. I was like, that's an interesting version of Tetris, and I just kind of looked it up.
It was a $4 game for the longest time. Too.
I can't believe that. I never saw it for 4. Where did
By me, and it could be a regional thing. And honestly, I've heard that before. From numerous people that from one store here, where a guy's brother owns a store in Florida, and he has Mario 3s, and he can't sell them where he lives because he says he'll sell them for $5 and they still won't sell. So if he ships it to his brother up here, his brother can sell them for $15 to $20 a piece up here. So it's like
Wow.
it must be like a regional thing. It's just
Could
like I said for 10 years I used to just see it and I just didn't think anything of it because I never wanted to collect the
Wow.
Tengen games. I never did, and I always see it show up with RBI and Clax and everything. And now of course,
Would have been a solid investment.
yeah. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I saw it all the time.
Who knew?
I always bought games that I didn't see every time. That was my thing. Like Bases Loaded 4, I only saw that one time in the store, and I didn't even know. I knew about Bases Loaded 1, 2, and 3. I didn't know there was a fourth. So when I saw that one, it stood out, and I picked it up for $4. You know, and then lo and behold, that's a harder to find game. Not really super expensive, but hard to find. You know, stuff like that is what I used to. That's how I judged rarity. I didn't use whatever guide that Ian and Pat said. Oh, this guy had his own guide of rarity and whatnot.
Yeah.
I just used the old eye test.
Yeah. Well, I've done that now too, and the opposite. You know, when I see a game, I was like, "Oh, I've never seen this before. I'm just going to buy it," only to find out that it ain't worth anything. I just never saw it before.
I'm in the habit. If I haven't seen it, I look it up.
Yeah, I tried it.
I don't care what it is. If it's Barbie, Princess, something or other, I'll look it up because some of those games are actually worth something.
That's right.
You could have a Hello Kitty Party Cruisers or whatever on your hand.
Yeah, like
that's the Wii U one.
Yeah,
you never know. So I look it up now if I don't know, because there are a lot of games and I am not an encyclopedia.
That's right.
I got my. I went and uploaded everything to Game Value Now.
Oh, nice. How did you do that? Did you upload? Like, did you individually input everything, or?
Yes. It really wasn't too bad. Since I have most of my, I don't commingle games that often. I set the filter to the console, and then I just started typing the name, and it would pop up, and I'd click, or and it drops it all in relatively easily. When I got to like Final Fantasy, I just searched for I just typed Final Fantasy, and then just went down the list, and every one that I had, I marked off.
Yeah,
it worked well. I don't know what other import options there are, but I
tried importing a whatever it is, CMX, whatever it is file, or XL file, or whatever it is the extension is, XML, or I can't remember what it is, because I downloaded mine from the video game app that I use. Tried to upload it, and it couldn't recognize anything from that file, so I don't know what format it needs to be in to upload it.
Yeah. I like the fact that it gives you a total. Although anything that you couldn't find, like I couldn't find Abzu for the Xbox One, wasn't on there, so I added it. It has no dollar amount associated to it, so. But it's nice you can get a dollar amount on your whole, like, going rate dollar amount on your entire collection, which is
that's what I do like about it.
Yeah. It gives you total number of games. It gives you total number of collections that you have something in. I have games for.
It gives like a percentage,
and then a percentage for each system.
Yeah, so we're in a complete set.
Yeah, that's
cool. I like it better than the one that I use. Unfortunately, it's not an app, and I'd love to be able to scan in games.
Yeah, that would be a nice addition. There's no phone map.
Yeah.
I assume whatever you're talking about is only U.S. prices.
No, Game Value Now you can set it to Canadian prices.
Oh, okay.
But I think it just takes the U.S. listing and then converts it.
That's probably right.
Either way.
I don't think
on iOS?
No, this is a website.
Oh, okay.
There's no app.
Meh.
Yeah,
At least not one that I know of.
I emailed them and suggested it, and they said we want to finish the website first, but it is in the future.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So what's the site called?
Game Value Now.
Game Value Now.
Okay.
.com.
It has like way more promise, I think, than anything else.
Yeah, and it seems to do a better job of, like, it actually kind of has a price for a manual only. Like, if you say you have a game and then you tack on the manual, it adjusts your overall collection value accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a lot of like non-NTSC stuff right now. This is missing. Because I have those two DuckTales Game Boy games. So I just put them in under the NTSC versions and just wrote Japanese on the, like, label variant.
Mm.
I figure it's got to be comparable, but whatever. It's not a science. There's...
I think it'll get better, though. I think they're definitely working on it. And,
yeah. I just want to see the next time that a month happens and actually watch it watch it fluctuate.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it tracked fluctuation.
It does.
It does?
Month by month.
No, but I mean, like, from when you got it to when it, like, that kind of thing, how it fluctuated in your regard or whatever. Like, so if I put something in, like, I mean, obviously I have this stuff now, so it's kind of different, but, like, let's say I picked it up at a shop or whatever, took it home, put the information in, it would track, like, what was the value of it the day that I picked it up, and what is the value of it now.
I wonder if
that would be kind of cool.
I wonder if it does that. It does look at your entire collection month over month and a plus minus on
Oh, really?
value. Yeah.
That's cool.
I would pull it up and show you guys, but I don't want to share that number. Sorry.
Aww.
Why, you don't want people breaking into your house?
I would prefer not to have that too.
I'd prefer not to have that.
I have fewer games than I thought I did, though.
What's your total?
641.
And you said that's fewer than you thought?
Yeah. I thought I was in the sevens.
More than what I have.
If I hadn't purged all that Xbox stuff, I would have been in the sevens.
Yeah.
Because there were easily 60 games that I ditched.
Yeah, it's a little easier to put that amount in. I'm
Yeah, right. If you're doing 2,000 games, that's going to take you a little while.
Yeah, but I think I'll probably do a purge when I move into the new place. So I don't want to put all that in and have to take them all out.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna go over to game value now, I'm gonna wait.
Do you have like any kind of list of what you have for sale, by the way?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the Cartridge Club forum for the Barry Game Exchange.
Okay.
But some of that stuff, not very much of it, but some of it went away.
Okay. I was just thinking because you're going to be sending me something, might as well see what else you have. Work at any deals or doing this.
No doubt.
I'll look at that and just make any inquiries, and you can tell me what is and isn't still available.
Yeah, most of it is just a couple items.
Yeah, look, I'll find like 5 things, and
it'll be those 5
will be gone. Yep.
Yeah. That's usually the way it works.
Yep. Anyway, I went on that site and I looked at it in television just out of curiosity because that tends to fluctuate a lot. And looks like Stadium Mud Buggies is either way cheaper than I thought it was, or it went down a lot.
Or it could be inaccurate on the
yeah. Well, it's on
database
price charting as well. It's like under 200.
Stadium Mud Buggies?
Yeah. Then again, I might be mixing it up with Spiker Super Pro Volleyball, which is, I think, the most expensive game on that console at $900 right now on price charting.
Are you an Intellivision collector?
Casually, but yes.
Wow.
Like, I have 29 games for it.
Okay.
Including 2 different variants of poker and roulette somehow.
Really?
Like, that was the only double I got in a big bundle, and they're completely different versions of it. Not like completely different games, but like one's the, I believe, American manufactured version, and the other one's Hong Kong.
Okay.
It was literally a red grocery basket in a thrift store full of them for 50 cents a piece. I'm like, I'm just going to take this whole basket up to the counter, thanks.
Wow.
Most valuable ones in there, I believe, were Dig Dug, Commando, and one of the baseball games that required the computer attachment.
Oh, wow.
That one I haven't been able to test, obviously.
Yeah.
I want Shark for that system, damn it. But I've never found it for a good price.
Really?
That's one I have nostalgia for because I had a plug and play. It's a really simple game, but it's good. It's like the predecessor to Fishing Frenzy.
Okay, I know I've seen Shark. I'm not sure if I have it or if it's on. Nope, I have it. No box.
Dig Dug is 40 on this site right now, loose.
Well, I used to have Stadium Mud Buggies before I knew or was interested in collecting. Sold it back when no one gave a damn about it.
That sucks. That's literally like the top 10 for the system, I think.
Yeah, $44 is what I sold it for in 2006.
Yeah, on this site it says $109 Canadian.
Wow.
Loose.
Yeah, I had the manual, but no box.
If. Oh.
Oh well, for me.
Yeah, that's the only system I'll like kind of go for the cardboard box complete if I can.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the overlays, but like good luck playing Sub Hunt or whatever that submarine game is without the overlay. Impossible.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
I just also like the aesthetic of them, and the console is not that expensive to collect for, and it's not that large a library.
Yeah.
The most expensive thing I've bought for it is the console itself.
Is that right?
Yeah, like I got that deal, and I'm like, you know what? I need the console, and I don't know how much it goes for, and I ended up spending like something like $50 or something. I knew it was too much, but it's like, yeah, I'll get the system and just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Plus, there's no real set price for what an Intellivision is worth, from what I looked at the time. It's like whatever it ends up selling for at the time is what it goes for.
Yeah.
So that's a casual collection I'm going for.
Cool.
Well, like 155 games total.
There's a guy on Facebook who was selling a good Intellivision collection. I was going to ask Melissa to chat. Is it still up? Yeah, there's a guy on Facebook selling a good collection around here. I was going to try to get in on, but he wouldn't budge on the price. So I'm hoping it sticks around for a couple of days and I can ask him again.
I haven't looked at it in a long time, but there's a site that people don't really consider for, I think, just for game purchases in general, but it's kind of how eBay is for anything NES and above anyway. But if you go older than NES, you can get some really good deals. From last time I looked was Shop Goodwill.
Oh, yeah.
Like anything that's older than NES is like dirt cheap.
I keep hearing about that site. I should check it out.
I haven't looked in probably over a year, though, so grain of salt.
I was just say I'm going to probably head out for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds... Whoops. I never
You've been at 11:30. Again, you said ending at 11:30, so
That works for me. And again, if there's, I know we talked about, if there's a desire to have, do this on a different night, I'm open to that idea, but I think this is just one of those weeks where,
yeah,
I don't know where everyone else was, but you guys are here.
Yoshi's at college now, isn't he? And
yeah,
college boy now.
Yep.
college boy. All right.
All right, everyone.
Cool.
Yep. Good night. Thanks,
All right.
Musty. Thanks for hosting.
Talk to
See you guys next week. Bye.
See you guys later.
Bye.